I repeat.
And we're live.
Just like that. Ooh, it's so spooky. Maybe I can be like, oh no.
We need more theremins.
Man, I don't know. I don't know about theremins, man. Theremins and Halloween's probably a bad idea. You probably should not mix Halloween and theremins. I'm just saying. Maybe.
You only if you're picking up good vibrations.
Ooh. You know what? Something I've been wondering. Hey, what's going on, everybody? We just wrapped up the pre-super shows, and if you're a patron, go back and watch that, because we did some movie reviews, upcoming TV shows, a little talk about
Spider
The Witcher,
Talk.
and Spider Talk, as you can see in Discord there. But also, we were trying to solve Linux usability problems and why rebasing is important, Pop OS.
Yes. Building your own packages and not just stealing them from other distributions.
This is
renaming.
true. Let me bounce over to live in Discord. There you guys go. Hello, Mir. Hello, North Ranger. Completely lost my train of thought. Where was I going?
Whoop, whoop. It's Spooptoberween, man.
Have you done anything? See, you were talking about pumpkins in the pre-preview. I thought about it, but I don't want to give anybody any illusions that it's okay to come to my house looking for candy.
Yeah, we're doing the bowl outside. Once the bowl is empty, that's it.
So you're gonna get that first one. You know what? If I was gonna do the bowl outside, I'd have to turn one of my security cameras.
Just
to see that one person who comes in and dumps it.
Oh no! You do a live stream and then you take bets, right? Like, all right. Here comes another one. Here's a fat kid. Is he gonna? Oh, he only took one. All right, damn it. All right, damn.
What was it? Kids these days, right? Like what I've never been trick or treating. You know, that's like a thing. But the even since I've been here, I've noticed like they go trick or treating like 5 p.m. now. The sun's out.
Yeah, it's like a safety thing. Apparently, after 6 p.m., all the people are giving out $30 weed gummies to the kids.
You know how expensive drugs are?
Yeah, $30 weed candies. Yeah.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Nobody's giving away free drugs to kids.
I don't hate your kid that much. As hilarious as it would be, it is not worth $35 as a joke.
No, they are adorable
Unless I
spiders.
get to watch.
My entire house is coated with them because we have an infestation in the entire state. They are everywhere, man. It's dope. It's awesome.
Oh man, speaking of infestations, I came downstairs the other day and Lonnie's like, "Do you hear birds chirping?" And I'm like, yeah, because of all the birds outside, and like next door, there's the entire roof is covered in birds.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
I've ran into that, not on the roof, man, but I heard the birds chirping, and I went upstairs, and like the house is built weird, but where I could see over the back, and there was like 100 and something crows just like chilling out on the phone. Like something's up.
Yeah. All right. Something's going on. I'm gonna leave you guys to your business. I've seen that episode of Rick and Morty. I don't want to fuck with the birds.
Oh, man.
As much as I don't like this reality, I'm pretty sure the other ones are worse.
Right. Get some rebound crows.
Yeah, Rick and Two Crows.
Oh man.
Just become an anime.
Why not? I mean, I was sold. They sold me in like the first 30 seconds of that episode. I'm like, I'm good. We can do this the entire 30 minutes, man. I'm fine. So, yeah, we got a lot to talk about tonight. We're going to stick by the clock. So I need to hop up and get something to drink. But yeah, we got some Steamy news, some new things that we can play on Steam.
Yeah.
Valve DRM of all things.
Valve DRM. You know what? I'm going to bring that up, but man, my first thought was like, physician, heal thyself, right?
Yes.
Admittedly, I wasn't even aware that was the holdup for some things, but apparently it was.
For three, I mean, to be fair, and it's only for 3 whole games, right? Like, out of the fucking litany we can't play.
13, I found.
13?
I think it was like 13 games I found total that have ever used it in the history of ever. Not a popular thing.
Yeah,
but
I mean, like, three games I think people actually give a shit about.
Yeah, it's also one of those things that you could implement it in really stupid restrictive mode, which is what was causing the issue, or you could do more of a light touch, which is why some games work fine. Same way that the Nuvo used to do. But now everyone's like, yeah, the game has the Nuvo for like the first month, and then it gets patched out because everyone's whinging about the performance being bad.
Well, that was the problem why Steam is adding that password to the download depots, is because they are just putting the de novo free binaries up on the repos and people are just brute forcing them.
Yeah. It's like, I'll just download this entire depot, and there's the thing. There we go.
And it's always dumb because it's always like it's a stupid time DRM. They just want to protect those initial sales. Then they don't give a fuck.
But even in that, it's like, okay, I can see that, but you're still harming the paying customer more because, hey, guess what? The pirates, they don't have any of the performance issues. They don't have any. Pedro, I can't play the game that I paid for.
You are missing the point, which is fuck those fuckers. Give us your money, you pieces of shit, and enjoy your slop.
Oh, hello, Ubisoft. How you doing?
Hello, Ubisoft. Hello, EA. Hello, Blizzard, Activision, Square, Marvel's Avengers. Anyone?
Yeah, no, Ubisoft was the more vociferous one when DRM, because they double and triple stack DRM in some games. What was it? Assassin's Creed, the first one. For like the first 2 weeks, a bunch of people couldn't play the game because the servers just kept eating shit.
Well, I like when that EA released that SimCity with the always online DRM, and if you edit like the config file, it disables the check for it.
Yep.
You just play the game.
I don't know, honestly. That's probably one of the requirements of that contract is you keep your mouth damn shut about how much you paid for the Nuvo.
Oh man, you know, they probably do that because they charge everybody different amounts. Surprisingly, we've not had a lot of problems running de novo.
Yeah,
the Nuvo got figured out very quickly.
Yeah. Once Doom launched with the Nuvo, that got noped with a quickness because people want to play some Doom. Just saying.
Well, you know, Bethesda didn't help themselves out too much by accidentally like releasing the
Well, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, we were talking about that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why Valve is putting passwords on all those depots now. It's because they just upload the de novo free release, and people just brute force the depot IDs and pull them down.
right. And I mean, that's like a recurring thing. Like you buy the de novo for a set amount of time, then you got to re-up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, it's just to lock in those initial sales. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Doesn't actually serve a purpose.
All right, everyone. Did I make that? Yeah, I did. It's still there from last week. Yeah, we don't have an updated one, but
It's the Cocaine Voltron slot machine.
yes.
What are the odds on it? Are they good odds on the machine?
House always wins, baby.
Oh, yeah, that was like the fucking Bizarre Moon thing in Vegas. It's just like there's just fucking slot machines everywhere.
Yeah, airport.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you are susceptible to blinky lights, if they catch your attention, you're fucked. It's like, ooh, shiny. And it's like, oh, come play, free winner.
My disdain for spending money outweighs anything in my head that has a gambling mechanic attached to it. I'm like, $20 blackjack. That was it. Done.
That was it for me. I'm like, no.
All right, everyone, buckle up. Let's get going. Let's get that muted. Let's use that pause button. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's locked. That's loaded. And start recording. Recording is started. At 8:40, look at that. We're on time. All right. And welcome back to Linux GameCast Weekly, the show that covers the latest Linux gaming news, reviews, how-tos, and most importantly, whatever the hell else we come up with. I'm Vin, that's Jordan, that's Pedro, and that's you at home, Shadow Realm Dynamic, helping us form slot machine. Cocaine, not cocaine, YouTube. Cocaine. He's got two canes. Voltron. Get it right, man. It's not a reference to drugs, you naughty, naughty-minded people. Anyway, we get together each and every week to talk about the latest things going on in the world of Linux gaming accurately. I know it's a strange concept as of late, but okay. Let's just get this out of the way real quick. Who watched Wen's show last night?
I didn't watch it last night. I watched it before the show because I knew we would probably end up talking about it.
I listened to it. I didn't go back and give it a proper rewatch. I didn't get interested in it, but I was watching our Discord where I was assuming by what was going on, like they're talking about Lutris for reasons. And then I tuned in. I'm like, yeah, talking about Lutris. Oh, okay. How about you, Jordan? Did you check it out?
No, I did not, because I really don't like his face.
Aw.
I got nothing against the guy, but like I find his face and voice very, very grating, and so I don't listen to his stuff or watch his stuff unless I have to for the show.
Come on, man. You guys got like you Canadians need to get back together and like unify East Coast, West Coast.
All right, sure, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what have I been up to? Outside of that, I caught that, and apparently they're going to be releasing their video on trying to figure out how to Linux. So it's going to be fun to watch, and everyone tune into that and watch it. But I've been playing around with audio stuff. A couple of things. I'm finishing up the OBS Linux Basics video. I was talking about that in the pre super shows and like how far I'm dialing it back. Not too far. I'm like, I don't want to go, this is a computer. I don't want to get there.
This is the internet. It is a series of tubes.
This is the power plug insert. Yeah. So trying to get that basics, somebody new to Linux, they want to sit down and like, how do I get this? Where's my game capture at? How do I get the audio set up? What volume levels, which a lot of people who are streaming need to pay attention to that. Yeah. Outside of that, got some other like nice, affordable, it's not quite yet vintage, but it's on the borderline of being vintage audio channel strip that fortunately YouTubers don't know about. But I mean, it's a piece of radio equipment that you can readily find. So stay tuned for that. I'll be dropping that out. And then I suggest to everyone, if you've been thinking about getting a channel strip for your live streaming setup or just recording, it's probably the best value out there. But what do you have? You got a game room, don't you, man?
I did. I brought a table up from my garage that I had in there since the beginning of the summer, assembled it. Now there's a nice little game room. I put a picture of it on General Disarray. I also aged this week, so that was a thing.
Oh, right. Do you mind if I show people a picture of it?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
It is a very green room. Yeah.
So we were having a debate with the Amazon boxes come back, and you're like, nay, it will be the mugs.
Mugs, coffee mugs. Yep.
Mugs, not hugs. I don't know, man. That's pretty dope. Pedro, oh yeah, you got a year older. Right.
Yeah.
What did you do on your birthday? Did you do anything fun?
I saw Dune, and that was okay. It's a perfectly fine movie. I've maintained though that all the good shit in Dune happens in the later books, so I want it to get to that part. Yeah.
All right.
That's my Dune review. I'll give it 3 cheers.
How about you, Pedro?
Me, I guess I'll just leave a a disclaimer, since next week there will be a Sandy. I will not be going to Portugal, but there will still be a Sandy, because as it turns out, I kind of like watching the show when Sandy's on it, so
it boils down
that's
to
for me. That's
hell
purely
or
for
high
me.
water. Pedro's taking 2 weeks off a year. Period.
I'm taking 2 weekends to sleep. Yeah.
Even though
I'll still be here for LWDW, but I'll take those weekends to sleep.
He just finished up saying he'll be watching the show while he's sleeping. So I want you to tell us more about these.
I will be watching after the fact.
Do not fall asleep listening to us. It is a horrible experience when you wake up.
Yeah. Oh no, we're gonna like put so many subliminal messages in that episode. It's gonna be fantastic. You're gonna wake up. You're gonna wake up in a completely different country covered in blood. You're not gonna know what you did.
Wake up, Pedro. Wake up.
You're gonna wake up and you're gonna have Keanu Reeves lying next to you, and your face is gonna be taken off and put on him, and his face is gonna be
Then you're
taken
gonna tear
and
off
put
the
on
Keanu
him.
mask, and it's gonna be the horse.
Oh yeah, no, hey, don't give away the plot to Mission Impossible 2. It's the Steam
Linux.
Update.
Speaking of dates, Pedro, you gonna take me on a
Yes.
date?
No, unfortunately not. We're both, already taken. So the up and coming Steam
Now
sales.
I want to see like
there's
date on me, but they're just throwing dates at the poor guy the entire time.
Just stale like date raisins. Date
Yes.
on me.
He's just brained.
Oh, yes. There's a Steamworks page that you can visit to see all of the up and coming Steam sales or any special events that they're doing. So we have the Steam Halloween sale that is currently going on. You've probably seen it, and if you try to access Steam at some point on Wednesday, you probably saw a lot of 503s and 502s because they were getting hammered, as is tradition. The next one up is going to be the autumn sale on November 24th, and then the winter sale on December 22nd. And that last one, I am curious. It's like, how's that gonna fly? Like, numbers wise, how is that gonna go in like game sales versus reservations for the Game Gear?
I wonder what the green check apocalypse is gonna be, because you gotta imagine once people start getting the hardware in their hands, they're gonna be like, well, I want to play some games. What the fuck, Title X? Why aren't you available on the Steam Deck? Why do you get a yellow check mark?
Are you trying to imply it'd probably be a bad time to be on like Valve's tech support team during that holiday period of like?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Couple of things. I know I keep saying this, but I mean, this is my actual experience. Every time we get a good sale going on, or a sale on Steam, I head there, just getting ready to spend some cash. I don't know anything. I mean,
It's diminishing returns, man. It's
it just seems like there's so often. But I want to give Valve credit. You made Chrome very chuggy on a Threadripper, but that Halloween sale page, you got a lot going on that one. So I guess that here's one thing though. I got reminded of a game that I owned that I just never played. So I had that benefit. Yeah, that was new. I guess I should say it like this though. This makes it for a better story. Is I saw that Guacamelee 2. I'm like, oh right, we had the Linux version. 2 never came. And I was thinking to myself, you know what? Why don't I just pick it up and I'll play it Friday and I'll do that. And mentally, that first thought was like, not even to check Proton DB or anything. I'm like, of course, it'll just work. I don't,
Well, the first one was FNA, right? Like,
I don't remember. But to me, that was like the first time that I thought, you know what? It's just going to work. I'm not going to have to mess around with it. I can just pick it up. Fortunately, my brain stopped and he's like, you probably got like 9 copies of that on Humble, don't you? I'm like, yeah, I do. So I went and did it. But yeah, it turns out, it just works out of the box. So yeah, all the dates, but something that's always been a problem to the point where I have a dedicated tablet because you can only install that damn thing, the Steam 2-factor authenticator on one device at a time. So it just sits on this desk over here for that sole purpose of like, boop, okay, swipe down.
Yeah.
Dun.
So you might be familiar with our good buddy Pavel. He runs SteamDB. He's always rooting around through updates and depots and whatnot, and he found something rooting around. Looks like they're going to be adding a new authentication mechanism to the Steam client for the deck. QR code login. You might remember it from Discord, where you can just use your mobile client and take a picture of a QR code and it will log you in, which is real handy. And it'll probably make setting up your deck a lot easier because you don't have to use the on-screen keyboard to type in your password and shit. This is good. Authentication has always been a big pain in the ass for Steam. Yeah, because either you disable Steam Guard on your phone and then you gotta wait 3 weeks to trade your TF2 hats, or you're locked to this one device, and heaven help you if you fucking lose it, because otherwise you're fucking screwed.
Oh man, it's like nuclear launch codes, especially when I was moving the authenticator from one device to another, because Valve's like, are you sure you wanted it? It's like, please let me back in. Don't make me have to fight.
Turn both keys at the same time.
Yeah. Terrifying. If they do that, I will buy a just a cheap mobile, because I don't care on a mobile. Just I have tablets. I'll buy something cheap off eBay with a camera on it, so I can go boop. All right, done.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, it's good.
No. Part of me is kind of dreading. It's like, oh, Valve is going to be releasing an update for the Steam Android app. Oh, goody! I remember the last time that happened. Wouldn't start for me for like 2 days. So yeah,
Never had that problem.
No, like
yeah. No, the last one, which was when they did the big.
I was about to say,
shift to
I've
the new
only
thing.
I've only had the Authenticator app installed for 4 years, so I've never seen an update. So
Yeah.
Yes, this was before that.
right,
Although it's also one of those things where it's very possible that the app could have broken for extended periods of time, but the only time I ever bust that fucker open is shut up. The only time I ever bust that fucker open is because I need to log into Steam, right? So like, how often do you need to do that? I would not know if the app was broken for prolonged periods of time.
so we got good news, everyone. You can now play the best game ever made, Duke Nukem Forever on Linux. Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say dive kick.
Nope. Together with the newest Proton Experimental tonight. This was last night, so you can currently go play with it right now. If you have the latest Steam Client Beta, you have initial support for KEG, CEG, DRM. That's right. Steam's got its own DRM. You might not know about that, but now, physician, heal thyself. That's great. That DRM can run through Proton. Unblocking mini games. Apparently, there were 13 games that used this. With my little bit of research, some affected titles are mentioned, and there's a GitHub repo that you can bounce over to and go check out, which I did. I saw, like, okay, people are reporting it. My first experience with this was Duke Nukem Forever. Oh, that'll be fun. And that was immediately met by, like, fail to the king, baby. It was sad. I was like, aw. But then
I think Foxdog got it running. He was fucking
here's
around
what
with
I
that.
did. Protonics, I cut it off and cut it back on again, and it started. So there's a win. One thing that you're going to notice is that you'll get like a little terminal window when it's doing a thing with these games, the two that I tried. Because the second one made me very happy because a long time ago, kids, we were going to get a copy, a Linux native version of BioShock Infinite. And it turns out the fine folks at Virtual Programming were the ones that made it, so it was poorly wrapped wine, which technically did work. But I was like, no, not going to touch it. Haven't played it. Go check my playtime on this thing. But I've had it this entire time. Now I can finally play it with Proton Experimental, get the DXVK, get the Vulkan going on. It launched out of the box, no problems whatsoever. Also hashtag RIP Virtual Program. I'm sure Virtual Programming is doing, I think they're doing iOS stuff like Feral is.
Oh, probably.
Yes,
Probably.
Apple and iOS stuff.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the fact that you can finally shoot Hitler in the balls on Linux because Sniper Elite 2 runs now.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you can he's got one testicle and you can shoot it out. It's great.
I was really unfamiliar with the Steam DRM. Apparently that never took off, did it?
It's
Not
always one of those
really.
things. Valve like includes it as a value add, like, hey, ship your game on Steam. We give you all this shit you can use. Or not. It's up to you.
How dare you talk about remote
it
play
wasn't
together like
really.
Our Steam sockets or yeah.
But yeah, no, it used to really not be that much of a problem before Proton, because if you were running the Steam client through Wine, you could launch a great deal of those games. And Strider, when you were trying to get that working, Ven, Strider just posted a screenshot of Steam running through Wine and the game just running fine without needing to do anything. But with Proton, that was a big no-no, because there's a thing with Proton and DRM and anti-cheat that makes it special. Whatever it is, it seems to have been fixed.
You want to gloss over that, I'm pretty damn sure before you get the green light to light up something like EAC, you got to have some other shit in order.
Yes.
Just throwing that out there.
But yeah, it is. It's very good to see, because this was what everyone kept pointing at. It's like, okay, Valve, so you've made EAC work, and people behind BattleEye went, oh, they're doing it? Okay, I guess we're doing it too. So what about your own DRM?
Hey.
There it is. Through a combination of Proton and the new beta, you can finally get your CEG games running, which, yeah, it's BioShock Infinite and
But Valve looked at the list of games using their technology and went, yeah, it's not really a priority. We don't really need to worry about that too much.
Yeah. And Alice Madness Returns used CG, but it was implemented so lightly that it just worked. The second one, yes.
Okay.
Madness Returns.
Yes.
Yes.
Blockchain returns.
Dude, so...
or not.
This is kind of a thing, man. This is something we talked about that maybe a week before last, that Valve was like, yo, if you got the NFT things, you're doing crypto and stuff like that, you got that component in your game, fuck right off. Go away. We don't want you on the store. Which, I mean, there was always the argument of like, what are you putting this under, like the gambling mechanic? Because, well, you kind of been in some problems with that, which Jordan brought up. Like maybe they're just hesitant to like have anything like that.
Yeah, and any sort of secondary economy that could be used for anything illicit. Yeah,
that they don't get a cut of. Yeah, 100%.
They don't want financial regulators taking a look at their books.
Now, it turns out the fightforthefuture.org, which is a collection of companies that make games that want to put NFTs stickers on your PlayStation controllers. Well, they got an open letter. They do. Ever since they did that onboarding process, and they're like, yo, you just can't have any applications built on blockchain technology. 26 developers, along with 3 other groups, have penned a letter saying, let us do this, because this is like a totally brand new, totes legit way to extract more money out of value for gamers. Yeah. Yes. Reasons. Blockchain. Woo. What do we think about this? Do I just not get like the NFT things? I don't have any disdain for them. I just think they're silly.
Oh, they're very silly. Like this is not Linux CryptoCast. So, but I will say they talk a lot about this technology being Web 3, and having been through Web 2.0, you don't want to be evoking that branding with that move. Maybe, I don't know. I remember that wasn't received too well. But I mean, Valve is well within their rights to deny crypto technologies on their marketplace. It is their platform, as we've learned with the Epic v Apple case. Yeah, if you agree to their terms, if you agree to a store's terms of service, you are bound to those terms of service. I don't know.
Speaking of Epic, they kind of said that they were absolutely okay with, you shoving your environment fucking implement up their shithole of a store. So go ahead and do that.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of crypto just because I can't buy a new GPU now, and it's solely crypto's fault. Crypto the super mutt. It's the one.
It's shit. Like the entire crypto scene right now, there's absolutely no redeeming qualities to it. It's shit. So yeah, put it on the Epic Store. It'll be right at home.
I don't know, man. Like I would say with NFTs, I'm not going to throw crypto under the bus because there's something to be said about decentralized currency, but there's also something to be said about the way it's currently being produced. And that's what I think most people are taking issues with. But again, with the NFTs, I just think they're silly. I understand like having it on. I think the technology behind NFTs is interesting more so than what it's being used for currently. And it really does seem like the solution in search of the problem, kind of like a snap,
Yeah. God damn it, Alfie.
That's where you went with that. Okay. I don't think snaps are that bad, to be fair.
There's a new version of GE that didn't come out the day that we fucking record this podcast.
Right? We actually get one in. I'm sure if we check our email. Proton 620 GE. If you don't know what Glorious Eggroll Proton is, think of it as the Fedora of Proton versions.
It's the meme distribution.
It's the meme version of Proton.
It's the meme Proton.
couldn't possibly be used as a desktop for any reason whatsoever, according to some people. But a bunch of fixes in this, a bunch of fun stuff. Now, the one that I did notice that showed up in our Discord, I forget who posted it, the attack helicopter avatar. That person. I'm horrible with names. But Metro Exodus now works the enhanced edition with the ray tracing and the extra nonsense that just wouldn't launch under Proton, will launch with this version of Proton GE. And I know for a fact it's working because I launched it with my 2060, and my 2060 was making brand new sounds, wheezing and like, oh, it's using something in there that I haven't heard going on. And it definitely spooled up and it worked. Now the aspect ratio was jacked up, and honestly, I'm just not sold on ray tracing. I looked around. I'm like, well, hey, I mean, it's playable. I didn't pull up a FERPS counter, but I'm like, yeah, it's 60. I was running like 1080p with stuff on like medium because it's a 2060. But that's neat, I guess. More rays for days for days. Yes.
I mean, if you bought a card with the compatible hardware, it's nice to be able to use the feature, I suppose. There is a bit of a warning here. If you are going to be using resizable bar, don't use it with your external GPU. They do not play nice together. So you will need to shut that off in the BIOS. The resizable bar support, not the eGPU, if you want to be using that. So I don't know if that's like a limitation on PCI or what, or like the Thunderbolt connector, or I don't know. But hopefully it gets fixed. And if not, well, don't use an eGPU.
Yeah, it is probably something to do with the fact that you're putting you're trying to share system memory at a lower latency with something that's going not just over PCI, it's going over PCI via Thunderbolt
USB
or
3,
USB-C
whatever.
or yeah. And then to the GPU, it's like, no, that's probably safe to disable that, yes. But the big one that jumped out at me was actually the first one, the B-Man G drive, because I've had that game on my wish list for so long because it's like the soft body physics simulator with a racing or driving focus. It's like, yes, I want me some of that. Yes.
I do like that Eggy is making sure that you can play your Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl on Proton because goddamn it,
I'm just very happy that, there is a version of Proton with some focus on things like ray tracing. Might not be my bag, but we know Steam's not terribly concerned with Proton tracing rays because Steam Deck's not going to be tracing any rays anytime soon. FSR.
I mean, it could.
No.
It has the hardware for it. Yeah, it's possible.
You really want that? Yeah, when your target's like 720p,
not with any kind of
30,
performance, but it could.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. No, because it's using the new AMD architecture that has like the ray tracing shit in there, no?
Oh, yeah. I'm not saying it couldn't technically do it. I mean, I can technically play a lot of games fully ray traced at UHD. It's
oh, yeah. Well, I mean, fully ray traced, maybe not.
Right.
I don't know. I wonder how well it will run Quake 2, though. This is the real question.
Oh. So we got a couple of games to talk about, a couple of new games and some game updates.
Yes, we do. For Fistful of Frags, apparently.
What?
No, we're talking about, never mind. I fucking skipped over something entirely. Yeah, the OG Slava cooker. There we go. Juro Janosik, I think I'm pronouncing that right. It is a sort of isometric puzzle-solving action-adventure game starring a legendary folk hero of Slovakia, Juro Janosik, who eventually was apparently executed on a giant meat hook. That's always fun. But yeah, it is funded in part by the government of Slovakia, and yeah, it's the thing. It has mostly positive reviews. You can't kill the bandits apparently because you are quote unquote good guy. The game's descriptive text is very disappointed with the fact that you can't murder people.
Aww.
So
I don't know. I was looking at it, man. I mean, for the audio listeners, I mean, it's a top-down puzzle platformer type thing where you can thieve around. I mean, it's definitely got like Slav 64 meets Don't Slav together. Wasn't that,
yep,
feel like a decent thing?
And when I saw this show up on Steam, I went to talk to our resident Slav, Artheron's like, okay, you're the first Slavic person that came to my mind. Is this historically accurate? And he's like, looks like it. I mean, I don't know about the puzzles, but everything else, yep, no, that looks good. So
it needs more. Cool. It needs more Adidas tracksuits.
Well, here's what I want to throw out, man, for everybody listening. This has been tested on Ubuntu 2004 with NVIDIA GPU. Not going to tell you which one, so that's for you to find.
Hey, you know, it's better than in a virtual machine, right? Like they tested it in VirtualBox. I'll give it to them.
Halloween update time.
Yep.
Yes. Now we get to the Fistful of Frags, and yes, they are the first thing that surprised me was Fistful of Frags is still getting updates, for the 100 and something people playing it on average every month. But yeah,
from 2014.
Yep, and it's still there. It was a very fun game, but it got to the point where I was basically just going through an entire match against bots because there was no one else playing it. So yeah, but they're still updating it, and yes, Ghost Town is back. It's just the big thing this year is the Storm of Boom, where there are 4 teams, and each team gets a bow that shoots dynamite arrows, and you have to basically make do with that. And yeah, it has the spoopy maps are enabled for, I think it's 2 weeks, for the next 2 weeks. So if you liked Fistful of Frags, go have a poke around at it.
Do you think it's safe to say this is not necessarily an update, but more of a reminder to those 100 people like, hey man, the maps change a little bit.
Hey, we still exist, you
dynamite
guys.
bow thing is new.
Okay. But I witnessed you running with rifles, and I fell asleep.
Fair.
So it was more like napping with rifles?
Kinda, yeah.
I played this game shortly after Steam came out on Linux, and this was not on Steam at the time. That was the first time I played Running with Rifles, and it ran really well. And then a couple of weeks ago, I decided, let's stream it some more. Because
I mean, I understand like that's supposed to be a pentagram, but it looks like Patrick from SpongeBob.
Is this the Krusty Krab?
Right?
That is the zombie shooter mode. If you have the Edelweiss DLC, the map for Edelweiss during the Halloween bits has the special shoot zombies mode, where instead of shooting the other soldiers in the other faction, it's like zombie survival type of situation. It is apt for the time of year, and they also did some changes, specifically the XP. That was like the big one. There's more XP per kill. You earn more XP per kill, and if you have a streak, the XP multiplier increases more than it used to. So yes, people are leveling up a lot faster now. So even if you are starting the game now, good luck, because you saw me play it on stream. I hadn't played that game in years, and I was just getting murked left and right. So yeah.
These are the people who just play Running with Rifles.
Well, I mean, it's Running with Rifles. I mean, it's top-down, follow your cursor.
Army
pew,
man.
pew, yeah.
Yeah, top-down Counter-Strike. So yeah,
it's like a little green man type of shooter. But yeah, it is top-down, tank control Z, point in the direction you want to shoot type
Tank
situation.
control Z.
Yes. Needs more Resident Evil. Coming up next, man, good luck trying to get a Pi Zero, the new Pi Zero, because it's gone. It's gone.
Unseen.
Unseen.
All right. Hey, if you want to play the home game, head over to vote.linuxgamecast.com, where you can vote on show titles, which we currently have. Watching while he's sleeping.
One testicle.
Hail to the king. Funded by Slovakia.
I mean, Arthurian is an executive producer, so
Yeah.
Yes.
it's technically correct.
How's the availability? I don't know. I know the
The OG, the $5 one, that doesn't exist. That never existed.
It's a myth. It's a legend.
I feel bad for everyone in Britannia that has like subscribed to the Magpie magazine, because the Raspberry Pi Foundation came out like, yo, if you subscribe to Raspberry Pi, the magazine thing, we're going to include one in the package. I'm like, you probably shouldn't have told everybody that until after. Because now it's like, oh, let's go cruising around, see if anybody's got the there's my Pi. Pedro.
I do not have a Raspberry Pi Zero W2, so
No one does. Well, the scalpers do.
Well, this is the whole thing. I mean, this is something you're prepared for, because I didn't even think about trying to get a Pi Zero or a Zero W until like well after a year. Like, I wasn't even going to waste my time. And then it finally...
There's no point.
Yeah. This is how Pi products launch, man, since day one. Give it 12 to 16 months, then go buy one.
I think the Pi 4 was probably the one that did the best because they had like 3 different models available.
Again, waited over a year before I even thought about buying one.
I remember when I was doing Fedora for the Pi, the school store got a bunch of them in stock, and this was like the shitty first gen like 256 gig or 256 meg models. And oh yeah, everyone was like, nom 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 nom. Give me tiny computer, I want.
I remember like the very first Pi, I finally bought one. But I got one of those reasonably early. I got one probably like within the first 6 months of them coming out, because they weren't as prolific as they are these days.
Yeah.
But yeah, I took it. I managed to get X up and running on it, and we were done. Our relationship was over. I was like, all right, promising.
Yes.
It's kind of the beginning, the middle, and the end.
Well, I mean, that first gen Pi, unless you're doing any embedded stuff, was complete poo-poo. You couldn't use it for like fucking anything.
Even for some embedded stuff, if you were expected to present something on a screen, yeah, don't go anywhere for the next 5 minutes. It might show up.
I just wanted to see if it would launch X, and it did. I mean, it had a composite out on it, too.
It did, yep. For the old TVs.
That was the big one. RCA composite. Yeah.
Hey, man. I don't have anything that will take that. Like, I wouldn't even bother trying to adapt that. I'm like, well, that's headless.
And the new one still has the solder pads at the bottom that you could technically solder a composite out.
Well, they give you the, what is that, a mini HDMI port?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Which isn't bad.
I missed the full size, but I realized they have a form factor they need to maintain.
At this point, I got enough adapters, man. I'm like, yeah, I'm not happy about it, but I can get there. That was like one of the things playing around, working on the video for the channel strip. I don't understand. I think something's went horribly wrong if somebody likes playing around with analog hardware for audio. Those were the bad old days. Like, that vintage stuff could just die in a fire, man. Like, just messing with levels and ground loops and thinking like, you know, it's a good thing I have 2 drawers filled with adapters and cables from TRS to balanced, unbalanced out, insert jack cable.
This is why you don't throw out cables, right? Like, because you know.
Over the years, man, yeah, fortunately I had everything I needed, but it was like just a spaghetti nightmare, man. Like, well, if I could do that. Hey, look, it's working. That's neat. Let's unhook all that. Yeah, just do all your mixing and your audio processing in the box these days, kids. Don't. Yeah. I've ordered 2 Pi Zeros from Adafruit. Oh. Yeah, you know what? I didn't, because they were out when I went, but I ordered a backplate for a thing. Spoilers. Then I went and bought a $60 $40 metal bar. I take that back. You camera industry, filming industry, you guys are crooks. And they know it. It's collusion.
Well, like, so I needed to change the filter on my fridge's ice maker. And I'm like, okay, well, and me and the girlfriend are talking about it, and she's like, well, you usually don't assume things. You think you have a skewed sense of how much things cost. How much do you think this filter costs? I'm like, dear, this is a proprietary part. It costs whatever Samsung says it costs.
Oh, Samsung fridge. Ooh.
Yeah. Fortunately, I did find some third-party filters that are a third of the cost, because I don't want to pay. I like the convenience of ice whenever I want. I don't want to pay $50 every 6 months for it. I would rather pay $50 every 18 months. That's more ideal. But yeah, it's like, it's proprietary fucking hardware. It costs whatever the fuckers say it costs.
Right.
I don't. Yeah. I can complain all I want. Proprietary hardware.
Well, here's the thing. I see people talking in chat talking about if you're going over like digital, like light pipe, something like that. Yeah, you got. There's a analog to digital conversion that takes place at some point. You know, if you're going to be using it to put audio into something, so there's the chance that if you get a ground loop there, it's going to transmit that right down the Toslink cable into the recording. So yes, that is possible, but.
Or if you have a device that's not shielded and picks up all the radiation from all the things around it. A Poogie one.
The preamp I'm using right now, which I like, is the Golden Age Pre-73 Junior. But you keep that thing far away from wallboards because it will just go. There's no shielding inside that thing whatsoever.
Does it tell you when you're about to get a phone call or a tweet or something?
No, it's not that bad.
I got a text.
Yeah, those days. Like, yeah, I mean, fortunately, like systems have gotten better, but you think like 10 years ago, you're just like, take your phone away from the computer.
Yes. Well, I mean, nowadays with MacBooks and Type-C docks, they're like, yeah, maybe make sure you have a USB network dongle plugged in because your Wi-Fi is not going to work.
Mm-hmm. Well, I still want to go. I would never do this, but I have a USB-C to USB 3 powered hub that they pulled off the market because it annihilates MacBook Wi-Fi, like in a radius, man. Oof. People were plugging them into coffee shops and just crushing everybody, just knocking everybody offline. So they took them off the market, and I got one. And they're nice too. They're like anodized aluminum. Like, nice. Yeah, they look very much like a Mac product. NFC chip. Oh yeah, man. People hack all that stuff. You got to, man. Like Keurigs and all that.
Yeah, well, you got to cut the rim off of the one Keurig and glue it on the inside so that you can just use third-party pods, right? Like, oh man.
Cutting one of the clips at the front of the toner cartridges so that you can use cheaper toner cartridges
or not
Hanukkah MFT.
Or not letting you print grayscale if you're out of cyan, because fuck you. Go buy a new printer cartridge.
I think it was in California they put the lawsuit. The guy, when it was out of ink, it wouldn't scan.
Yeah. That was that's the one I was thinking of. Right.
Yeah, it was Canon. Yeah.
Like, bro, you had to go over the line, didn't you? That was that. Yeah. Like, you just couldn't help yourself. Like, well, we had to try. Okay, we'll dial it back. You can scan a little bit.
Yeah. You don't get full HD scanning without a full ink cartridge, and every time you scan, it just prints an all black page just to fuck with you.
You missed out on it, man. Back in the days of parallel port scanning, couldn't afford a flatbed scanner. Those were just ludicrous. But you could afford a handheld scanner. Yeah, one at a time. And then you would try to scan in something multiple. And so they made like adapter plates where you could lay something and like lock it down to scan, then move it over accurately, then stitch it back together. And of course it was monochrome too, man. I mean, color, that was, who could afford that?
Yeah.
This is what I don't get about retro computing. I'm like, man, I lived through that. No, I'm good.
Man, and like these days you get nice shit like OCR, so when you scan shit, you can actually copy it.
Scan shit. I just take a fucking photo of it. Like, click, done, OCR's done.
Yeah, I mean, nowadays that's fucking great. Before it's like, well...
I thought about that for a minute. I had to do something with my taxes like last year. There was some extra form. I'm like, fax machine. I'm like, oh, right. Fuck that noise. There's a click, done.
Yeah, no, you just point your Android phone at a thing, and then you wait a while, and it gives you the copy text. There you go.
Yep. I like how that's just in the camera. Remember when Google Glass was a thing? Now this is like, take a picture of it. We've detected text. Do you want to do this shit?
This is true. You know, I've only seen that movie once, and I'm good.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I saw it a little too late. If I saw it maybe in like a more formative age, I might have some attachment to it. But
I don't have any attachment to it. you know, but I think of that as like a hacker movie the same way I think of like, in my mind anyways, like The Matrix is a hacker movie. I mean, it's just entertainment. It's
Operation Swordfish.
Hey, man, we all watched that for a reason. You shut up.
Yeah, no, there were two reasons we watched Swordfish. And only two reasons.
Oh, hello.
No, but like, you know what? I'll give credit to The Matrix. They actually tried to make it like reasonable. The exploit that Trinity uses in the second one is actually a legit SSHV1 exploit from that era.
Mm-hmm.
The Matrix put some effort into it. But like there was that time, like weird science, hackers, war games where computers were basically just magic wands.
Oh, yeah.
And they did whatever you wanted them to, because like that was.
If you want to get some like peak 90s television, it exists on YouTube. Look up Weird Science, the television series.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that on like the Family Channel or some shit.
I was like, wait, what the hell is this? I'm like, oh no, they tried. Huh.
She was in the second Kingsman movie. I'm like, damn, she still looks good.
What was it? Oh, I was thinking about that the other day, man. Like, I wanted to be in the writer's room for the second Kingsman. I'm like, how do we deal with the progression of the relationship? That'll work. Okay. That's one way to go about it. Opening scene in the movie. All right. So we got that.
Yeah. Kingsman 2 just like it just couldn't do what Kingsman 1 did.
It's hard to follow that shit up, man.
Yeah.
Like
I'm interested in
the Colin Firth
the
fight scene in the church was.
Yeah, well, the Freebird. Yeah,
that is the whole thing. The release of Kingsman completely passed me by. I was blissfully unaware of it until on our videos on Reddit of all places. I saw that clip and I click on it and Freebird starts playing. This guy just starts going mental inside of a church. I mean, just completely unhinged. I'm like, what the fuck is this? But I did search and I watched the movie, immediately fell in love with it. And it's following that up. That's a tough one, man.
Yeah. I'm like I said, I'm interested to see what the prequel looks like, The King's Man.
There's a couple of ways to go about it, right?
Yeah. Apparently, that movie is done, so
maybe it'll get released before Sparkly Batman.
Maybe.
Are they waiting for the end of COVID? Because hey, guess what? That's not going away.
Like, man, yeah, that's the thing. They greenlit Dune Part 2. Is like, man, I really hope they don't delay it another 16 goddamn years. Like,
well, that was my immediate thought was like, well, you know what? I'll watch the rest of them when they're all done. Because I hate to break it, you can't really spoil anything. It's fucking Dune.
It's been out since the 60s.
Right. I just kind of want to sit and like see the whole thing done with. And so that next one, I'll put it on the shelf.
Yeah. I want giant worm dudes. I want nuns karate chopping people's heads off. I want the horny sex nuns who blow up planets.
I want give me an HBO Bene Gesserit series like that. Kung Fu. Oh hell yeah!
We're supposed to get that eventually at some point.
I'll watch a shit out of that. But I mean, we gotta give Jason Momoa credit. He was excellent as a sandworm.
Yep. Timothée Chalamet was pretty good as the sand itself.
All right, everyone, let's jump into some news.
Yes. I wonder how many of them are going to have trouble pronouncing B'nai Tleilax.
Man, fuck
there's
all
some,
that.
There's some dumbass names.
Yeah.
There's some dumb fucking names in Dune, man.
When they're just rolling, my brain's like, nah, dude, I'm not even going to take a stab at that. Come up with
Gurney
a funny
Holic.
name. Right.
Yeah.
Gurney.
Fucking Duncan, Idaho. No, Idaho.
All right. Oh. News segment.
No Spanx this week?
No Spanx.
All right.
We can thank Mir for resubbing.
Okay. Ah, yes, 25 month. Ooh, that was a big one.
How many of those were Exalty, though?
News segment coming to us in 3, 2.
I was going to make a joke about us being the hose and basically showing our goods for your entertainment, but we can't do that because we do this live, and Twitch has a big no-no unless you're in the hot tub section, which we are most certainly not.
No, male nipples are fine. We saw it in the leak. Male nipples are fine. So if you want to support all 6 pairs of nipples here, well, 2 pairs and 1 trio of nipples, you can head on over to patreon.com/LinuxGameCast. Hey, I have 3, man. I'm a mutant. I'm like the worst kind of X-Man. Hey, head on over to patreon.com.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Patreon.com/LinuxGameCast. Become a patron. You get some cool stuff. You get access to our Discord channel, which you can also get by subbing to us on Twitch. Hi, Gerald. Hi, Gerald. How's it going? From tubbing to us on Twitch, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, 2 Geralds, 1 tub. I don't fucking know. Yeah. Get access to our Discord channel. Get access to our show notes. Get your name in the credits.
We got some bonus
Super
service we threw in a lot of stuff for free.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Early access to the uncut versions of the LGC screams on our we got a YouTube channel for that, but until those get publicly listed, you can catch them in our Discord.
I want to give everybody a reminder, if you want to find that, check out like our little channels thing on our primary YouTube channel. There's a link to it, or just search for Linux Gamecast Live and Uncut, and all the stuff that's going up there, all of our games that we're going to be streaming during the week, full form and all that. You can watch them on Twitch if you're a sub, or if you want to watch the Live and Uncut, like as soon as we get done with it. If you sub to us on Twitch, but Patreons get that the next day. But like I said, bonus soda, also make it available in your custom RSS feed at patreon.com in MP3 podcast. Speaking of custom feeds, we also got the pre super chosen, that extra hour of Linux gaming goodness. Why would anyone be concerned about what we're up to and behind the scenes plans?
Because spiders
with game developers. No,
spider facts, man. We got to talk about the Asian spiders that are invading Georgia right now.
Fact.
That's what we talk about. We got a store.linuxgamecast.com. Go buy yourself some apparel.
Stores.
Man, I wish we had like Linux Gamecast spiders you could buy that like bite people and make them blast the free software song by Jono Bacon. I don't know. That's my version of Spider-Man. Hire me, Marvel.
Pretty sure that qualifies as chemical warfare, but okay.
Now I want the Marvel or DC thing where the spider bites the Flash or something. No, the Flash bites the spider. Then we get
Spider Flash?
Yeah. Supersonic spider.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a Sonic the Hedgehog persona about that already. We gotta thank some people. Actually, before we do that, we gotta talk about the Amazon wish lists that we have on LinuxGameCast.com, hidden under the support menu. You can check out Ven's wish list. You can check out Pedro's wish list or mine. We got a bunch of stuff for our respective studios. If you send Ven some stuff, and Jill's there too, yes. If you send Ven some stuff, you get your name on the shiny, flashy wall, possibly obstructed by Ven's head, possibly not. Who knows? That's the gamble. Ooh. Suck it, Aldius. Yeah, suck it. You love it. Yeah, and if you buy some stuff off the wish list, you can send us a little note that we have to read. No one sent us some stuff, so we don't get to read you funny nonsense. Yes. We gotta thank Mir for
other people would start doing this, because I would force them to like verbally put together something that I could cut up.
Yeah. Yeah, just have like a ransom letter with all the fucking Amazon notes.
It would be like that with audio clips, man. I just have a fun time with it, or just do it to the same person.
Yeah, that's how we replace Pedro with like the chef method of just make love to you. Okay. Do we got other shit we got to talk about? I don't think so.
I think that's pretty tight. Thanks everybody for letting us do this. We are loud, live, independent. Thanks to Omen to your support, and no mattress ads guaranteed. And
maybe mattress side though. Stay tuned.
Except for Microsoft. We will take Microsoft's money, man. Call me Redmond.
Yeah. Call us Bethesda, because we're willing to sell out to you.
Oh, yeah. We got a new piece of hardware that I'm sure if you're anything like me, you immediately went to watch them be out of stock. I'm talking about the Raspberry Pi Zero 2 W, the W, the W. It's on sale now. It's sold out now at the price of $15. Little man, put that shit in my hand. No.
Jungle Love.
What do you get? Oh, baby.
Oh.
Oh, baby. This has got the SoC. It's got the die of the Raspberry Pi 3. That means not 1, not 2, but 3. Can we do more than 3?
4.
4. Oh, how much?
It's 4.
Now there's
Cortex A53 cores. Yeah.
What is
There's
this old AMD laptop?
little,
with 3 cores?
little bit we got to point out though, man, because they're slightly downclocked to 1 gigajoules, but really, here's the only problem I have. Not really a problem, but I'm like, boo! I wanted my giraffe to have wings on top of everything else. It only has 512 megabytes of LPDDR2 SD-RAM, but they got all that on one package. That's impressive, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the nitty bitty thing. Everyone likes to build their own Chromecast kit, and
it's a quad core on that form factor. That's insane. I see. This is a LinuxGameCast, so I'm very much looking forward to all of the teeny tiny little gaming devices that are going to spring up around that specific one. But
man, someone really needs to not knock that coffee mug over, because that's a lot of exposed circuitry. That's only $15. Whatever, you can spill coffee on it
if you can find it.
Yeah. Well, no, because now people are buying them to dunk in their coffee and eat.
Ooh, look at it. It's got a goatee.
Yes.
Broadcom module.
This is the SoC minus the Pinus. So yeah,
yep.
There's a breakdown of how they put it all together. It's pretty nice. Yeah, it's definitely for that $15 ask. Oh man, it's hard to say no. Got a new charger too.
It does come with a chunky charger. I think that's more of a just in case.
Yeah,
it's a 2.5 amp charger because most USB-A ports don't really provide 2.5 amps. You're lucky to get more than one. So yeah, probably get the external.
Was anyone else
adapter.
Really disappointed by USB 3 that they didn't increase the voltage on that and you could actually charge it faster?
Nah,
I remember being kind of cheesed by that.
5 volts is kind of a standard, and unless you're gonna go from 5 all the way up to 12. But then you're going to need some thick-ass USB cables.
This is the whole thing, man. We all have them. You have the speed USB chargers with the big-ass cables that are clunk, and you can just hang the device off of them. That'll be charged in a few minutes. Just give it a second. But, yeah, when I'm plugging something in, that PC, even whatever. But, yeah, handhelds, gaming, this is going to open up some new things for me. Once I get my gritty little palms on, I'll probably look into 3D printing a case for a Stream Deck to build a BitFocus Companion wireless Stream Deck server, because I currently back here in the rack have a Pi 4 doing that duty, which I logged into in the pre super shows. I'm wait, that's only using 200 megs of RAM. All right, I think I might be able to squeeze this on here, and that'll be a fun little video. And but here's something we brought up: pandemic or no pandemic. One thing the fine people at Raspberry Pi have prepared us for is waiting for a product, because you know what? I just went through the motions of making sure it was out of stock. I knew it was going to be out of stock before I got to Adafruit. And yeah, it was. My Raspberry Pi Zero W, I did a video on where I turned one into a webcam. I waited well over a year before I even thought about ordering one. And this probably going to be the same way.
Yeah, this one, I only got the Pi 4 that's in here because I went to the Raspberry Pi store here in Cambridge. So, yeah.
Well, same thing with the Pi 4.
Tell Eben I say hi.
It was well over a year. Now, we got some Wayland news and some NVIDIA news, and it's all nice and stable now. We can just run Wayland and all the things. And
oh yeah, absolutely. You should absolutely go try that right now. There will be no ill effects whatsoever. No, so we talked about how a couple weeks ago in the last NVIDIA beta driver, they pushed out the GBN backend for Wayland, so that you can start using xWayland with NVIDIA drivers. This brings this into the stable branch. So you're not going to get too many crazy updates. This just rolls it up into the non-beta stuff so people can actually start developing against it. Hopefully by the time we hit driver version 500, Wayland will be a done deal and we can exist in the lovely moon future. I'm a little sad though, because Fedora 35 is shipping a little too close to this. So hopefully once the work gets done, they'll push out the NVIDIA compatible X Wayland and not hold it off until Fedora 36, because I really want to play around with it, but I don't want to have to go and build all those fucking dependencies.
You see, son, this is the advantage of running Debian, man. By the time Debian 12, if Society is still in one piece, launches, they'll probably have it. Now, I did take a look, because I have the drivers. I went ahead and compiled and put them on the workstation here in the studio, and even the unstable ones week before last and launched West, and I'm like, yay, look at my Wayland powers, but I didn't want to play around with GameScope. I'm like, wait a tick, I can do that now. So I went to, I pulled the Git for GameScope and like, oh, look, DRM's like a point version out of date. Like, I don't have an entire week to hunt down that dependency chain that I'm sure this is waiting behind that one package. So, yeah, I'm not installing Arch. I guess I'll just wait. But I look forward to my new GameScope-y, steamy experiences on NVIDIA, which is weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and if you're waiting for the 495 drivers on Ubuntu and you're looking at the graphics drivers PPA, wondering, it's like, yo, what the hell?
Don't install it on
half
pop.
of the packages are there. The other half are still waiting and proposed, not being pushed onto the actual in-release repo. So
maybe hold back those packages, Pop OS. just till those are ready.
I'm still going to roll this back, and I will always repeat it anytime this comes up. People, do yourself a favor. Even if you don't use it, learn how to install, if you have an NVIDIA card, an NVIDIA driver from the run file, because that will help you in multiple situations, especially if and when something breaks. If you're able to walk it back, like, okay, I'm at a TTY, I can log in and I can take care of this. That will serve you so much better than constantly just, hoping that everything's going to go right. Because sometimes things don't go right. And you end up on, like, Nuvo and wondering how come you can't play games.
Yeah, one thing the NVIDIA run file still needs to change. Drop the requirement to kill X, please.
I get why they do it, because they do their big find replace thing, and that's going to absolutely break your running system if they actually do it. But I really, NVIDIA, please figure out a way to make driver installs
that
a little
needs to
less
change.
painful.
Do it differently. Like, put a process to run on the next reboot. Something. Please remove that.
I mean, we have a GL dispatch, so you could theoretically just have everything target the one library and then swatch it on the back end.
And supposedly, NVIDIA was compatible with the vendor neutral dispatch, so that you could have, say, Mesa drivers and the NVIDIA drivers running at the same time.
Yeah, this is the only way to make your NVIDIA Optimus laptop actually, work.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, if you're hating on NVIDIA drivers on the desktop, I'm like, man, it's cool, man. I understand that you bought an AMD card, but something like as soon as you start hating on NVIDIA laptop driver, I'm like, understood. I wouldn't even want to take over that. That's still, not good times.
Nope.
Proton up my QT.
Burn up. Yeah. So we're talking a lot about going into terminals. Maybe that's the thing you're a little too new to do. You don't have the confidence. Well, lo and behold, there are many, many GUIs out there that will solve all of your functional problems for you, like this one, Proton Up QT. It's a Qt GUI for handling management of your third-party wine builds for Proton GE, Wine GE, etc., etc. That's you. It beats having to remember the Steam compatibility tools.d, whatever directory you got to drop all the Proton things in. So it comes in a handy app image. You can run it. You can just run it out of a terminal though, because it's just a Python program. But if you don't want that, you can build the app image, run it, distribute it, whatever, and install your Proton GE and play fucking BioShock Infinite.
That's what I'm saying, man. Could you just like manage your Proton GE like a normal person and have like 19 versions in your comp tools taking up like 19 gigs?
Right?
Yeah. There is one thing this doesn't do, which it should. It absolutely should. And it's going through the VDF files to see if you have a specific game set to use a very old version of Proton GE, and you want to remove that old version of Proton GE, just, remove that, because that's always a bit of a pain in the butt because you forget, and then you remove the old version of Proton GE, and then when you try to actually right-click on that game to change it, Steam crashes. That also needs to be fixed, Steam. But yes, it is. It's good. It's an app image. Just download it, make it executable, and start it. There you go.
Done.
I keep saying this. But if Linux is to be adopted by the so-called Windows power users, which we heard that a lot this week, didn't we? It will need GUIs for all this shit.
You know what?
I'm not kidding. Everything needs GUIs.
Maybe it's just Windows power users on the west coast of Canada.
And very high up north.
Yeah.
I could never take the term power user seriously. If you come to me and say that you are a power user, I say, that's cool. I'm also the Green Ranger. I got a dragon sword.
I'm a power user. Yes, I use power to charge my phone, to run this PC.
Here's a very interesting conversation then. I consider myself a end user, but if I have to get down to it, I'm a very confusing end user on Linux because yes, I can compile code, I can apply patches, I can tinker around with header files and stuff but I am not a software developer.
Mm-hmm.
Would I consider myself a power user? I don't know.
I'd say definitely advanced user.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, still an end user.
Yeah.
Yes. It's a user. That's what the word means. You are the user. You're not necessarily developing
I
the
am the
platform.
system administrator.
You're using it.
Respect me.
But what is a Windows desktop power user? I mean, again, I've made the joke. Do you just click on the next buttons
No. It's a permissions group in the Windows permission scheme. You can call someone a power user, and they can right click and run as admin. That's
where the term comes from. Yes.
Yeah.
That's sadder than I thought it was going to be. Goverlay.
Yep.
Yes, new version of Goverlay. It's been a while since the last big version update. They've had a few point releases every now and then. This one is a mix of both. There's a couple of new things with version not 6.4, and the big one is very much it forces X11 mode by default on everything. So if you're running something with Goverlay, like a video game, then it will be running in X-Wayland. So X-Wayland all the things, so you can have your Mango HUD, or you can have VK Basalt to do the contrast adaptive sharpening, or you can have Replay Sorcery, which lets you save the last however many seconds you have it set for at the press of a button. It's like, oh, that was really cool. You hit the button and it saves the last few seconds. And there was an issue with Replay Sorcery, which there was a typo in the configuration file. It was called video bitrate instead of video bitrate. So yes, apparently
you don't want to sample the video bitrate, matey.
The video bitrate.
So for that global enablement of Mango HUD, VK Basalt, et cetera, you will need to provide some root credentials. He's going to cram some stuff in your Etsy environment. I would remark that /etc environment.d is there for that stuff, so you can just put it in a file.
Not all distros though.
Not in all distros. It's pretty standard.
It's probably pretty standard in that meme distro you run, but
yeah,
it's on Debian and Ubuntu as well. Yes, environment D is enabled on those two.
Yeah, that's pretty common. But that's still, even then, that still needs your root password. Hopefully, it doesn't require it forever. Hopefully, we can figure out a way to enable that at a user level, because a lot of X servers don't even start as root; they just run as the user when you start
user that's launching it.
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe there was a workaround in the future. For now, it's going to need it. But
one of the things I want to ask you: do either of you use this? Because I got to admit that both the Proton config file and the Mango HUD config, to me, very humanly readable to the point to where I'm like, oh, I can just change anything that I need.
It's
to change.
a GUI for it. Yes, if you're comfortable. If you've been using Linux for a while, then you're fine.
Let's back this up, Pedro. Again, I'm asking you the question: do either of you use this?
No,
I haven't used it in a while because I set up Mango HUD and
Okay.
I set up the preferences for VK Basalt. But FSR is on all the things now, so I just use FSR.
I don't use VK Basalt. I don't use Replay Sorcery. Mango HUD. It's packaged nice in Fedora, so you just need to install it from the repo, and then it's all enabled for you.
This is just a management GUI that if you want to customize what you display in Mango HUD, it'll let you do it via a very easy to use GUI. That's the point of it. And Replay Sorcery, if you don't want to set that up in OBS, that's also very nice.
Now, Jordan, I got to ask you a question.
What?
What's the bandwidth of a station wagon full of pigeons?
I don't know. What's their breakdown per pigeon?
I don't know, but you got to put them in boxes on CDRs.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
CD is not even USB.
Yeah.
Nope.
No. This is pretty good. So you might have heard of a game called Little Big Adventure and its sequel, Little Big Adventure 2. It was it made some waves. But the news here is that apparently the source code was not stored in any sort of traditional
Going
Git
a
tree.
bit deeper into the Rabby Bunny hole. Reading off the page, people.
Yeah. But yeah, so a bunch of it were kept in like boxes full of old CDs that the original developer had to have a friend of his drive out to him, so that he could put the engine code on GitHub. I don't know. Briefcase full of CDs is like the Audis equivalent of an Altoids tin full of micro SD cards. Yeah, the bandwidth is fantastic. The latency sucks, but the code is now available for your perusal, complete with all the awful French in jokes and dumb little variable names. They have it split up into 2 repos per project. One for preservation, which just sort of holds the code as is.
I like it. It's over
Shboing.
what already? This compression method is stupid, but it works. That's legit, though. That's all you need to know. That's good code commenting.
Software comment. Don't uncomment this. If you uncomment this, the code breaks. But there's going to be one repo for the preservation of the code in its original state. Another one that is going to be taking pull requests. So if you want to improve the game, if you were a fan of it, or if you want to add features, et cetera, they will be soliciting them via their GitHub.
I'm very, very happy to see that. And, the code was, like they said, it was never meant to be seen by anybody. And this is something I want to roll back on. I want to touch on this because I genuinely believe that is a big hurdle to a lot of people who would otherwise release there's like, it's Lenny, right? It's like, don't tell people how I live. It's cool, man. The internet's full of assholes. Eventually somebody's going to show up and be like, oh, it's just dumb. It's just stupid. Fucking mute their ass, man. But yeah, feel safe releasing your stuff. I understand like some basic cleanup and all that, but don't be ashamed of your work.
Yeah, it's all iterative.
Remove passwords, remove any kind of banking information, any kind of really sensitive stuff.
If you are hard coding passwords in your code, you deserve whatever you get. I'm sorry. That's
enterprise software.
You deserve
video
whatever
games,
you
maybe
get.
not so much, but enterprise software.
I don't know. That sounds like a Roblox story if you're asking me, man. But someone has already remade a Little Big Adventure 2. They've redid the engine in type JavaScript, which exists, which I'm sure they're like, welp, yoink. And it's going to get really, really compatible. The game is still currently available on Steam if you want the assets. I think it's like $3, something like that, reasonably priced. Honestly, I've never heard of the game, but I'm glad that it's been open source because I know there was a fan base for it. And this is awesome for game preservation.
Absolutely. Cool. Yeah, and to Ven's point, don't be embarrassed about your old code quality. All of our code looks like shit. It's all dog shit. We all hate it.
Exactly. If you're doing anything functional, it's supposed to be like pulling up something like, I don't even know what the fuck this is. Like, I did it. I'm responsible for this, but what else?
Yeah. So I needed to solve a problem and it worked. So fuck you.
Yes. 38% of my bug reports come from Linux in the Linux community, writes a game developer.
The developer of Delta V, Rings of Saturn. Yeah. And weirdly enough, they put a positive spin on it because, yes, the 5% or 6% of the people who bought my game
hang on,
found
Pedro.
and reported.
Now, when you read the headline and you're listening, that's just saying, despite having just 5.8% of sales, over 38% of bug reports from the Linux community. That sounds like it's about to be a negative thing.
because we've heard the negative thing many, many times in the past.
Followed by that exact byline, or preceded by that
yes.
exact byline.
But this one is very much a positive spin because they clearly point out that, yes, Linux users are providing not just more bug reports, but better bug reports. And they uncovered bugs that were affecting all the platforms, and no one else had said anything up to that point, but Linux users was like, oh yeah, no, that shouldn't happen. Here's how you do it. Here's how you get it fixed. Done. And yes, we've seen it time and time before. This kind of spiel, but spun in a negative light because, oh yeah, we sold like 5 Linux copies and they generated like 90 bug reports. And every single time I'm like, that you're complaining about that? You're complaining about that?
Well,
that's bullshit. That is complete fucking bullshit.
No. What you're doing is you're telling me my software is broken when you should just consume fucko. But yeah. So the guy goes in, he's like, oh yeah, it's like having even 5% of my sales of 700 person people. It's like having your own 700 person QA team. Now, I should say this comes with a massive caveat. I'm going to add this here. If your plan is to release and use your Linux user base as your post facto QA, get ready to deal with people talking to you like an engineer on equal footing, because that is what you've done. You have said, I'm going to start using you guys as free work. So therefore, you are now contributors to this project. And you can talk to me as a peer.
Bow before me, peasants.
Yeah, that shit's not gonna fly. It's a double-edged sword. Also, one thing to bring up.
Can you just possibly bow a little? Okay.
Any of that.
I give you a courtesy. How about that? I'll flash you a little underwear too, just for fun. But yeah, when you say 38% of the bug reports are cross-platform bugs, this really only applies if you're using cross-platform tools to develop your game proper. If you're going to be having separate middleware for the Linux version, the Mac version, etc., your Linux bug reports are likely not going to be super relevant to all of the other general bugs present in your game. But again, that is all about good software engineering. That's all about maintaining a limited number of dependencies, reducing your scope, etc., etc. So this is not carte blanche to start releasing shit and say, oh, well, I don't have to worry about those Linux users. They'll just tell me what's wrong and fix my problem.
You don't want to come in thinking about it. You think of it as a bonus soda. It's a fringe benefit. It's not a guaranteed thing, but I mean, this is something you should expect. And to Jordan's, I do not try to bullshit the Linux crowd. I mean, that never ends well. We've seen 10 God developers in Steam forums on more than one occasion that just did not handle that very well. I don't have any comment on that. I mean, you do you, but you know what? You're dealing with a user base that is like very, very much trained to submit bug reports and quality ones. This is just part of life, heading over and filing a pull request, heading to GitHub, doing that, GitLab, whatever. That's just day in, day out. Like, oh, I found something. All right, let's just see if we can get a log together and put that in. And that's how we roll. Do the same thing for games. But, we're going to be finding the bugs in Linux stuff. However, we're also going to uncover bugs as a whole, as this developer pointed out. And it's like, yes, and some other stuff that I didn't spot in QA. And I'm like, oh, that's neat. It's a win for everyone.
More.
Now, what do we think things are going to get a little more sticky when we got that Vaseline proton layer on top of everything?
Well, yeah, you see, then Valve is saying, we're taking all the onus here for all those support tickets. I will say Valve has done a pretty good job of going back to the devs and saying, like, no, your shit's broken. You got to fix this. Proton is running fine.
You see, this entire equation isn't ripe yet because up until not even today, because Valve can come back to a developer and be like, yo, your shit's broken. Proton. Valve's like, fucking and?
Yep.
What do I get? I don't fucking care. It's not even until the Game Gear starts shipping. It's that the Game Gear starts shipping, well received, and start shipping in volume and people start latching onto it. Then the developer is going to go, maybe we'll look into it.
Yeah, but I mean, it goes back to if you want to make sure that bugs you catch in one platform get squashed in all platforms, make sure all your shit is cross-platform. Make sure it can compile to every platform, and then all those Linux users submitting bugs will improve your Windows version and get you that very coveted return on investment. Oh man, the Linux community finally did something for me.
And Valve is very much taking advantage of that because, oh yeah, we're making gaming a thing on Linux, and we have all of those Linux users that do provide very good bug reports. Let's just make a GitHub and have them do the QA for Proton for us. It's like, oh, hey, it's been working terribly well.
I mean, you're talking about something that is going to happen naturally, like self-organizing entities. That's kind of what you're going to be dealing
Proton
with.
DB immediately sprung up around it. It's like, oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah, and I mean, with the knowledge that like Valve knows, like, oh yeah, we released Proton. It's just go click and play. We know exactly you fuckers are going to start digging around in this shit, right? Like
Immediately.
And creating custom versions and adding more stuff to it that we never intended, like the STL. Yeah. It's like, okay.
Again, I want to put the emphasis on this. To me, gets extremely interesting because people respond to money. And if we, or, you know, if it so happens to be that we do have this breakout thing with the Game Gear and it starts being a revenue generator, it's going to be interesting to watch how the industry and the attitudes are going to have to adopt around from, you know, my entire life, you know, 30 years of like, why would I bother fucking, there's 6 of you playing games on Linux. You know what? Here's something that kind of works. Oh, how dare you complain? It has problems. You paid the exact same as Windows. You're being toxic. You're being toxic. Mm-hmm. You cannot complain. But
speaking of the deck, you got to imagine too that we're going to start getting like 2 classes of Proton users now, just like regular people who bought a Steam Deck, and then the actual Linux people who are like, ooh, I want Linux console, right? Like that is 2 completely different support segments.
Yes,
that's going to have
the thing is,
large overlap.
Well, yeah, that me diagram of that, the one that is going to make Steam the Game Gear a success is going to be the latter. It's going to be the ones that just want a fucking portable gaming console, and
it's going to be the bunch of people that made the Wii as popular as it was. It's the normies.
Yep.
And that's going to be interesting because Valve is seriously trying to crack something that nobody's cracked to date. I mean, not legitimate. Like, yeah, the AO or whatever, but those are boutique things, man. I mean, this is going to be mass market commercial. Like, yo, you can just go to the Best Buy and buy one.
But one thing we will probably start seeing is those quality Linux bug reports are going to start becoming replaced by just regular user bug reports as well.
The average person, like, there's going to be something built in to the Steam Deck operating system.
There is, but
it's like, I got a problem. It's going to do a crash. The average person's never going to.
It's still going to end up in GitHub, though.
Here's what I'm saying, though: the average end user, the person you're talking about, they're still not going to submit a bug report. They don't.
But they will complain on Twitter.
Yes, I mean this is going to be analogous.
Go to the Steam forums.
It's going to be analogous. Yeah, that's it, man. Because think, when was the last time you reported a bug on your Switch game?
If someone would tell me where to go to submit those bugs, I would.
There you go.
Again, do you think the average person is going to fucking know where to go? Nope. It's going to be the same story. This is where it's going to be interesting to sit back and see how this plays out.
No, but now we see we got the power users, so we're going to see how that collides. Coming up next, we're time to sneak around in a dark crypt and, I don't know, not stab vampires.
Yay. Power of 15.
Power of waiting. You got that one teleport that half the time you got to use just to move the clock forward 1 tick so that you can actually get through. Yeah. That was the first, they made you do that on the first level they introduced the teleporter with, and that is the worst decision you could do there. Actually have you use the teleporter before, like, oh, you just got to use it to advance the dude up thing forward so you can actually.
Yeah, it's just drop the teleport marker, advance 2 things, bloop, there, done.
Yeah. There were a couple where it's like, oh, I actually have to use this, and the game at no point taught me actually how to use this, so I had to reverse engineer this. Yeah, it's
Yeah, we'll definitely be having an interesting episode featuring Matthew Comendon, who's going to provide some feedback, counter feedback, thoughts, and allegations. It's going to be a very civil thing. So.
You know, so civil like the Civil War, right? Like,
Well, I mean, if you want to tone it down, yeah, you could make that comparison.
yeah.
Hey everyone, if you want to vote on some show titles, bang ass and head over to vote.linuxgamecast.com. North Ranger's taking all the places.
Yep.
Fail to the King. We got
There's a Scott. There's a Scott entry.
Steamy look at that. That didn't even, Scott did get a vote. Awful French and jokes.
I'll give that a vote.
Which Civil War though? Oh,
The band.
yeah, the song, Guns N' Roses.
High in the dark, we don't need your
Geriatric metal.
You know what? That's a good song though, man.
No, it's yeah.
Yeah.
Like I will hate in Guns N' Roses all day, but they have a couple good songs.
I was on a for the past week. I've been going back through, like, listening to a bunch of Rage Against the Machine. I was on that kick. What was that? Oh man, who posted that remastered of I'm Afraid of Americans in Discord last night? Dude, that was tight. Have you ever seen the music video for I'm Afraid of Americans?
No.
It's Reznor and Bowie.
Okay.
Yeah. And
I saw someone posted that. Yeah.
oh, apparently.
I think I heard the song a few times, but I've never seen the video.
But video was very decent back in the day. It had to have been early 2000s. And turns out, like, I had to go look because I saw the remaster. I'm like, holy fuck balls. They shot the music video on film. So they were able to get the film stock and up. Oh, dude, that thing looks like it was shot yesterday. And you get you get baby Reznor and young David Bowie.
Yeah. Babby Reznor. Well, that was also the thing with, like, the OG Star Trek, is they actually shot the episodes on really high quality cameras, which is why it looks so crappy nowadays.
Well, and some of the TNG stuff was shot on film.
Yeah.
Some of it.
All right, I need to pee. I'll be back.
I was thinking about that. What was I watching? I was watching something, and I wanted to reply. I'm like, so where do you decide where to draw the line on how much bullshit film grain you're adding to this? Because we both know it doesn't have it. This is all digital. It irritates. This is like the two things they must be teaching in cinematography right now. They're like, okay, you need to make everything a little blue, and you need to put just the right amount of film grain on it. No, don't do that. But no one listens to old Zathvin.
But
We have that loaded up. That's loaded up. Scooch. Babylon 5.
I look forward to sexier Jakar. I'm gonna say it on Andreas Valsu, whatever the hell his name is. Andreas Katsoulis, the guy who plays Jakar. He's a charismatic guy. He's also Commander Tomalak on TNG.
You know what? I mean, the creator of Babylon 5 was, I don't know, I mean, that's one way out of it. And he's like, fuck it. Scorched earth, we're redoing it.
Yep.
Like, where's the criticism now, bro? Like, okay, that's not world building, but all right, take two. To me, that feels like, what, do you feel like you fucked up the first one? I don't.
I think the first one could be done better. Like, specifically with, like, the visual effects. The writing is a little corny at times. It could be updated.
I think it's a thing of its time, though. Like, to me, the original run of Babylon 5 was kind of dear to my heart because they showed what could be done with fucking no budget and using, goddamn Amigas.
Well, I mean, it's the CW, so they're going to have the same budget.
I don't know, man. Have we learned anything? Didn't break.
Yeah, take your coffee cups upstairs. We talked about this.
You have a perfectly good table for that coffee cup.
I do. That requires going up 2 flights of stairs, though. Honestly, like, I don't know. I think I'm satisfied with the way Babylon 5, like, the show ended. So, like, I never got into Crusade, so I didn't follow that up.
Yeah,
I never watched any of the extended B5 universe stuff. So I'm cool. I'm cool with
what we're trying to get across is where the fuck's Blood and Chrome?
Yes. Right? Oh man. So actually I was gonna bring that up. I think a lot of people had your opinion about Battlestar Galactica before we saw the reboot and it was fucking amazing, right? Like, oh, it's not we already had Galactica in 1980. We need to continue the story or whatever. Like, I don't fucking
I'll
know.
say the difference to that is Babylon 5 was planned from the beginning and they went through, put a bow on it, told the story they wanted to tell. It was like a complete package. I think this would be more analogous to like, hey, let's redo the TNG series.
I mean, but like that's the thing. I like if it's done well, sure. Like,
but we both know it's problematic no matter how you try to do it.
Oh yeah, you'll get the haters, but that's always the risk you take when you're remaking an existing thing. No, I think BSG held up all the way until about.
Do you hear me, CW?
Two-thirds of the way. Oh yeah,
CW.
CW's gonna fuck it up.
No, dude, I want the CW to do TNG. I want drama. I need more drama in that Star Trek.
We need to bring back bald Tom Hardy as Jean-Luc Picard with his lip injections.
We can get
I'm Jean-Luc Picard.
Who was it? Who did the young Lex Luthor?
Michael Rosenbaum.
Yeah.
Yeah, he might be good. Yeah, he's a good actor. I liked him as the Flash in the animated Justice League.
Yeah, BSG was like way too many TV series. I mean, listen, okay. Now, admittedly, Game of Thrones set a new fucking low bar for that last series, but.
Oh, buddy, yeah. Oh.
I mean, you can kind of roll back and be like, well, compared to that, no. I mean, they really wrapped up Battlestar Galactica pretty nice. But if you pretend that doesn't exist like a normal person, let me do a quick check here. We're lined up. Good. That's good. Okay, let me get a refill.
Yeah, no, every single one of this person's games seems to have the same core puzzle philosophy. It's all movement, it's all push thing or drag thing, or herd the correct amount of sheep the right way, and away you go.
Yeah. Daisy likes Sokoban style games. I mean, sure.
Yeah.
They're popular for a reason. Like, they don't stop being hard. I'm cautiously optimistic for the new Babylon 5, but I'm not expecting it to be good. It's the CW, right? Like, I watched 7 seasons of Arrow, 5 seasons of The Flash.
Yes.
Oh, no more. I'm done.
The Flash was starting to annoy me a lot at the end because, yes. I've mastered time travel and I run so fast. I am basically faster than light. And he was still so fucking codependent. I believe in you, Barry. I believe in you. It's like, and all of a sudden he can do the things. I was like, get fucked. Right?
I mean, fucked. Have you read a Flash comic though? Have you?
No.
There is definitely a bit of it. The Flash in the comics, at least Barry Allen Flash, is definitely a wife guy.
So fucking codependent. Jesus
Oh
Christ.
no. It's extra bad in the show. But like the Flash is bad to adapt for like a CW style TV show because all the villains are way outside what you can do with the effects budget. All of the really interesting villains, And the other thing they did not do, they started doing it a little bit and then they threw it out, is the Flash Rogues Gallery is hilarious because they all meet up at a bar and hang out. And you can have great shit with that. Mm-hmm. And they didn't do it.
There was like one episode where there was the one Flash from one of the timelines in Barry Allen. And they kind of met up. It's like, you got to stop doing that.
I mean, I don't know. After Darkseid War or Apocalypse War, the DC animated movie, I got burned out on watching heroes get like murder fucked to death, which is basically all Injustices. If you like watching DC heroes get murder fucked, then
all right, now I got to do some math.
And they have to make Superman vulnerable.
325 minus 70.
Oh no! In the movie, he kills everyone.
I just had an eBay seller make me an offer.
An offer you can't refuse?
I don't know, man. I might be able to refuse because that's going to make it 255. And as you can clearly see, everyone, I'm in desperate need of extra audio shit. Not really. This was just like one of those, like, I want to watch and see what these go for. I don't know if I won. Maybe I'll counter offer.
Yes,
Invincible was nice.
Invincible did it better, but that was because Omni-Man was never a good guy.
I watched the first episode of that. I was neutral on it. I'm like, all right.
The last episode has a particularly, like, it's really gory, but it's almost hilarious. It's the bit with the subway. You know what I'm talking about, Pedro.
The best thing with me so far, like, I enjoyed the meme that came out of that with the planes.
Think! Look, Mark, a plane. Look, Mark, a fraction. Yeah,
pretty big fan of that, but The Boys is coming. See, I'm excited about The Boys coming back, and you know what? I dare say I'm even moderately curious about the spinoff.
Oh yeah, the college one. Yeah.
You know, that'll be like X-Men First Class with the serial numbers spelled off.
Yep. I'm the two I'm genuinely looking forward to is Good Omens season 2, and I really want to see what the Sandman adaptation is like because that looks quite interesting.
You know,
I like the cast.
I'll probably end up liking. I'm familiar-ish with the Sandman series, and I've been through the book, but holy fuck, that was a minute ago.
Yeah, like, and that's the thing. Like the Sandman as a story, I think is another one of those hard ones to adapt because, like, you know, the first 2 books end, and then, you know, we fuck off and deal with a bunch of different characters for a while, and like the other stuff is sort of tangentially related, and it filters back in. And
well, I mean, yeah, there is foundation. Yeah. We talked about that in the pre-pre.
It started off strong, but
it's Apple, man. Come on. All right, let's see. What is
Cheers.
All right. I guess we'll just run down in order since we're all kind of
yeah.
Might as well.
Let me tap that pause button, fam. Boop.
How about that? If you give us a well-crafted puzzle game, we tend to that seems to be the unifying factor here. Is well-made puzzle games.
That's an easy win. Almost cheating.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, chair acquisition coming to you in 3, 2.
Welcome back to the Chairquisition. We're alone in a dark crypt with the game Dark Crypt. Don't know what the Chairquisition is. It's where we take a game, we take a look at it, we run it on 3 different Linux distributions on a wide panoply of hardware, and then we tell you what we think about it. We rate it on a scale of 1 to 4 lawn chairs, the most scientifically accurate thing.
You know what I was thinking about the other day, man? You know what I was thinking about the other day? We, and rightfully so, we get a lot of static because we all have NVIDIA cards. But, you know, there's no collusion there. Like, we never sit down and like, let's only use NVIDIA. It's just, we all ended up buying NVIDIA cards. Isn't it going to be hilarious if it's this time next year we all have Intel cards?
I mean, I do my best if I have the opportunity to test it on the AMD box. Like, yeah, I have a good mix of stuff. Pedro has a million laptops he can test it on, so we get a very comprehensive Intel performance profile. But anyways, Dark Crypt, it's developed by Daisy Games on the Godot engine. You can pick it up for about $6, $7. What is it? Dark Crypt is a turn-based puzzler with a horror theme. Sneak through an old crypt where ancient evil slumbers. Its shadow is corrupting the tomb, and the once buried bodies now haunt the halls. This evil must be sealed at all costs. And we gotta thank Daisy Games for sending us some keys. So let's get into it. How about the Debuans?
Oh man, over here on the future of Linux operating systems, Debian 11. Everything worked out of the box, man. This is on my Threadripper 1920X, 32 gigajoules RAM, NVIDIA 2060, no problems whatsoever. Happy to report that. Picked up right out of the box with my Xbox One X wireless and the Bluetooth. I did notice a couple of things, though. I did. There's no resolution options when you're in full screen. I'm like, well, maybe I can fix that in windowed mode. You can in windowed mode, kinda, but only up to 1080p. It's like, interesting design decision there. No. It looks, it's hipster pixel. I mean, it does its thing. It's done well. I mean, it's cute enough. I mean, cute as you're going to get with the skulls and the stabby religious guy. The soundtrack, even though it's definitely dark themed, it's very upbeat. It's got a surprisingly upbeat, which I definitely dug. Now let's talk about the fun. Like Hack Grid before this, it's movement-based puzzle game. Like, we're all down with this. You hide from the baddies' vision cones, and then, a level shows up and you got to put all that in practice. Then you can do a teleport real quick, and then shit starts spinning. The baddies doing the vision cones, and things start getting kind of, what the fuck am I supposed to do to get that key? I'm sorry, that was my first playthrough experience. Oh, look, you can skip levels.
I skipped that one. I couldn't figure that one out.
Yeah, man, same.
I ran into that like there was going to be any hope of me getting the ones after that, and there wasn't, man. You know what? I took a good 30 minutes into this game initially before I ran into like, fair enough, game. Fair enough. You were smarter than I, but I will come back. I will return to kind of defeat some levels and do a very lonesome victory lap. But yeah, it's well presented, well done, nice soundtrack, and it's a good puzzle game. I'm just a sucker for one. And come on, I mean, it's $6.99. Please, I mean, insta buy, 100% on that. I want to say for the fun, solid 3 out of the box. Good job.
Yeah, on Fedora 34 or 64-bit with the R9 3900X and the GTX 1080 Ti. This game brought my system to a crawl. No, it ran fine. Yeah, it launches out of the box. There are very few options, but it does hold 60 at full screen, whatever, 1080p scaled. All the tutorial and extra text is actually toggleable. It's nice because you can decide if you want the story or not, or if you want the tutorial or whatever. It's nice. It's not a game breaker. It's not a killer feature, but it's nice. Reading the DualShock glyphs as text is certainly jarring, but hey, it picked up the controller support. And yeah, the soundtrack is, it's there. I muted it after a while because I got a little annoyed with it. Fun-wise, movement puzzles. I definitely like this form of counting a lot more than Raster Prime. And if you were a fan of Hitman Go, I think you probably will like this game, or hate it depending on whether or not you want to be able to kill things. Like, holy shit. Like, sometimes he's not looking at me. I can just pop his head off. Just let me take out one. I just want to take out one. I don't need to take out more than one. Just one. I just reach out and fuck up a zombie. The game does a pretty good job of doling out the new challenges at a reasonable enough pace, and the design language is pretty robust. So as you go on, they give you more enemy types. They give you more stuff you can engage with that will either eat your turn or not, and that determines a lot of the balance. It's pretty clever in the stuff that it throws at you. And so you get 60 levels, each with par ratings, so you can go for just beating them whatever means necessary, or you could try to beat them all under par if that's what gets your rocks off. It's not a bad amount of game for $7. I didn't hate it. Give it 3 chairs.
Oh, hang on. There we go. 3.
Blam!
But yeah, it is, it's a puzzle game. Come on. But over here on the Ryzen 7 3700X with the GTX 1080, it ran out of the box. It holds 144 FERPs at 2560 by 1440, as it should. The DualSense, it also worked out of the box without any extra Steam input required. That was very nice. Though the game did have a bit of a brown moment when I turned on the controller while the game was already running. It just froze. I'm not sure if it was the game or Steam, since Steam also froze, so I'm going to chalk that one up as a Steam hiccup. But yeah, starting the game, I just restarted Steam and then started the game with the controller already on, and it didn't exhibit any such issue. So, all right. Compared to Hack Grid and Dark Sheep, this is a much better looking game. The visuals are very much there, and unfortunately, the audio, not so much, because I did very much like the audio in Wrestle Prime. It elicited a very visceral reaction from me, as it actually made the hair on my arm stand up. This one did no such thing, so that's unfortunate. But for the fun, once again, Daisy Games, Martin is the name of the developer, made a simple but brain-racking puzzle game. It is, if you remember, like Jordan already mentioned, Hit Mango, this will feel somewhat similar.
This is the first time I told the game to get fucked.
Oh, yeah. This one sucks.
This one wasn't the hardest. There's another one, a few levels after this that's very interesting. But you have more open levels here than you do in Hit Mango. But that freedom also, basically, it's giving you more and more rope for you to hang yourself with. And you also very much get rated when you're done. Jordan mentioned that too. You get rated as to how well you did by how far above or below par you were in the level. And there are several ways to solve most of the big open levels. You can do them in multiple ways. It's just a matter of finding out, okay, do you want to do it on par or do you want to do it your way? It's all down to your brain, and everything that you need to solve the puzzles is on screen all the time, which is like the big thing for me, at least when it comes to puzzle game design. Give people the chance to hang themselves. Give them everything that they need to enjoy your game. And for this price, it's very good considering others of its ilk. So 3 chairs.
All right. Well, there you go. Dark. I keep wanting to call it Dark Fort because I've been reading a lot of more for it.
It's
Dark Crypt.
It's
pretty good.
Yeah, full controller support. I dig games like this, especially like something's priced like this. This is something that you can buy. It can kick your ass. You can feel guilty for ignoring it, for kicking your ass for a few weeks and come back to it, like for an extra round. And like Steven's sausage roll, or anything that looks deceptively simple that
It never is.
just wrecks you, I have infinite respect for. Now, I think it would have been more entertaining, for me at least, if there was a countdown timer on each map.
I think it's a little worse because like you get to see the number of steps you did and like you should have been able to do this and this and like
that would have been an interesting mechanic. Maybe something for the future to have like a challenge mode where you have a set amount of steps that you have to, because I was watching what Pedro was talking, I'm like, oh, right. And, yep. And it seems like Pedro entered right into now we do the kill die repeat method of hacking through this map. I'm like, back up,
yes.
bam, back up, bam.
Trial and error.
Right.
Let's try and map out all the safe spaces. When
we turn into a very, very simple-minded organic AI until we get, yes.
Welcome to Baba is you thinking of like
see that's just that I don't care. Even Steven Sausage Roll Dev has to walk up and like here's the fucking crown, bitch.
Baba is a whole new level of fucky because you think you got it when you solve the first like 10 or so levels, and then the game starts going, all right, figure this one out, and then you go, oh shit,
Baba is
okay.
Oh, so we're playing it this way. Yeah,
exactly. I was watching somebody much later in the game playing through. I was streaming on Twitch, and I saw one of the. I don't even remember what it was. My brain went, "Oh, get fucked." No, I would not. I don't care. Loaded gun to my head. A million years on an island. I would never put that one together, but. There they are.
It's the mark of a good puzzle game. Really confirms how stupid you actually are. All right. Well, coming up next, we got more feedback about bug reports.
Oh no.
And sexy decks. Ooh.
Yeah, no, I was watching.
I
was watching the video and watching myself dancing with that vampire. It's like, just figure it out. Christ.
Yeah, fucking
That's me
future
playing.
Pedro with the future Pedro with the benefit of hindsight, having solved that problem. Yeah, it's real obvious once you know what the fuck it is.
It's real fun when you get to the end of the map and you're like, fuck, I'm one step off. I need to redo all that, but I need to be in this position when I start.
Undo. Yeah, there's that calculus of like, how far can I go back, or should I just restart the entire fucking thing because I'm too lost in the weeds?
Bro. You know that?
Oh yeah, vote.linuxgamecast.com. Vote on some fucking show titles, you filthy animals.
Click on your favorite goat. Vote.
Click on your favorite goat. Is it Terry? Is it Goaty? Is it Belphegor, the devourer of all things holy?
Goat the vote.
Here's a pro tip. Name your child Belphegor, devourer of all things holy. It's hyphenated, so it's the first name.
Then it's going to be confused with my pet hamster.
Belgafor? Yeah.
Common name for hamsters.
Spell with a PH, damn it. Yeah, try explaining that to the Starbucks barista. Belphegor? Yeah, your name's Jerry.
Yes, my name is spelled B-E-N or V-I-N.
And you just get called Belgium? Belgium?
So, see, having a last name like mine that's not pronounced the way it's spelled, it's a good litmus test to see who's calling. It's Mr. Chang here. Although, I kind of want to legally change my first name to Drodden, just to fuck with people.
Okay.
Like a typo.
All right. No, man, put like a B in front of the J.
Bajordan.
Yeah.
So like, I am of Bajor. And yeah, if I ever meet Avery Brooks, I can be like, emissary. And again, I maintain, I'm pretty sure that Avery Brooks was not aware that he was on a Star Trek series while he was filming that. They just started worshiping him, and they're just like, yes, this is right.
It's some weird-ass baseball game. William Dafoe's awesome in everything he's in. He's William Dafoe.
No, you want him to be William Dufresne, not William Dafoe.
What do you want to do in the after show?
This
is where we're open to taking suggestions.
Yeah. Hangman?
You want to do Scribbly.io?
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
I'm up for it.
All right.
Yeah, no, the Pictionary is fine.
Gartic phone? What?
Is that like garlic phone with more typos?
Possibly.
Fake tablet laptop. I love this thing.
The flaptop?
Yeah. It has a flippy screen.
Yeah, it's a flat
I
top.
spend a lot of time doing this.
How many spins is that rated for?
That's the thing. It doesn't spin all the way around. It just kind of stops there.
Once.
Yeah.
So do you think anybody's... Okay, yes, I know they have, because I've seen the fail clips on, but... Yeah, the non-convertible laptops that get converted once.
I've never seen
one of these
happen IRL.
Is that one of those new Samsung bendable phones? Let me see. Snap. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's always good when you end up with like a bunch of glass in your fucking finger too. You're just like...
The online telephone game, play the popular game for free now. That's another web-based drawing game?
No, it's like Broken Telephone, where like it's literally the purple monkey dishwasher thing from The Simpsons.
Okay. Well, no one sold me on it. Good try though.
Yeah,
I don't even know how you play that online.
yeah, it's probably some setup here where you all have to go and I don't fucking know.
Is it you draw a picture, then person has to describe what's in the picture, then the next person draws what the description was, like that?
Yeah, although when I played it as a kid, it was always like try to guess who broke the chain.
Okay, yeah,
I'm
getting told that yes, that's what that is.
What did you say? I wasn't being you fuck all, did you? I'm just being real with you, man.
That's my shtick. But yeah, first person starts with a thing, they draw the thing, and then the next person sees the drawing and writes down what they think the original message was, and then the next person draws what that other person described it as, so on and so forth.
I don't know. We'll investigate it. It might be some nonsense that is reasonably not too much of a pain in the ass to get set up.
I don't know about you. I kind of want to build a Lichtenberg generator now.
Of course you do. That's every other week, man. So, Pedro, you would like to have a Mustang, right?
I really would not mind a Mustang, yeah.
So, what if I were to offer you a Mustang?
The Bustang.
El Camino Mustang.
Yeah. Elka Mustang.
It's the Ootstang. A Ootstang. Also in
It's called the Rancher. Ranchers.
Ranchero.
Rancheros.
That just looks like it would piss off Mustang and like Australians.
I'd probably need to find a cover for that because it rains a lot here. But
No, what you do is you just open up the gate and then you drive, and whoever's behind you gets a little car wash.
I don't know. I saw that. Like I'm like well done on the body work, but bro,
Ranchero Stang.
Ranch Sting. Oh, I found more fucking Heinz monstrosities. At the grocery store. Did I take a picture of it? Yeah, they have Hanch now. Hot sauce ranch. Oh, man.
you know what? Somebody's like, fuck, pay up. I told you.
Hanch.
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 Whoa, companion pass?
What the fuck?
What the hell?
I pressed something.
Yeah, you did.
on. Oh, I know what I did. Okay. I accidentally
it was coming through the
Power
speakers.
of Hanch.
Yeah, it's the power of Hitch. No, it was a Twitter ad, one of the embedded ones. They've been pumping the gas on those.
Here's the thing, though, man. Like, if you would have just shown me that picture, I would have. If we were playing real or Photoshop.
Yep.
That age kind of stands out a little bit. It's like,
Hench.
Hanch. So what did they invent? Spicy mustard?
It's spicy ranch.
Oh. Where does the yellow come from?
From the curdling.
add that vinegar, yeah.
Like, no, that's the cheese. What?
Hot sauce piquante. Ranch.
Ranch.
I know I have red cabbage now. They were out of regular cabbage. I had to buy red cabbage.
All right.
Yeah, it looks like I murdered something.
Oh, it's whenever I'm chopping red onions and I'm looking at the knife, it's like, why is this purple? All right.
I wasn't paying attention last night, man. I'm like, all right, I need to make something to eat. Oh, no. chop one of these up. Doop, 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 doop. Flip it
Yeah,
around. No, that's
my family is Eastern European, so like red cabbage. Borscht. Right. Okay.
traditional Brazilian dish.
I mean, they were from Poland before they were from Brazil.
You can't have cabbage in Brazil?
No, I'm just saying that, you know, they're from the old country, and you ate a lot of cabbage back then. You ate a lot of borscht.
Borscht.
It was borscht.
Anyway, it looked like I murdered
Stewed
something in the
cabbage.
damn kitchen when I got done. Just chop it up. Some cabbage. We're not talking about Pedro, so he's bored.
Man, that's
No,
the other thing
I'm
about
just
eating.
paying attention to something else.
That's the other thing about eating red cabbage is if a day later if you forget that you ate red cabbage, you're in for a rude awakening when you go to the bathroom. You're like, oh wait, what? Oh right, yeah, cabbage. Why is my poop red?
Hot pepper paste. That's decent.
Yeah. Put that in some soup.
I'd probably just put that in some spoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why they don't let him into the Asian grocery store anymore. Came in with a spoon.
We had a decent one. It closed.
Sampling.
You know, like, and I mean a decent one, like with the sketchy as hell one. Like, this is a front for some shit too, man. On
Right.
top of everything else. But all right, so let's close it out. Then we'll investigate gramophone. And
Ring, 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 ring. The gramophone.
wouldn't you? Oh man, I wonder what that would be worth if you could like run across a hard drive with like the original SWF for like some old flash shit, like some hyper, like, you know, banana phone or something like that.
Zombocom 1.0.
Dad's home or some shit. Yeah. Like the original project. The I don't even remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whatever the Flash project file. Yeah, I don't know what the
I don't
extension
remember.
was. It was some 4-letter one too. It was a longie.
All I remember is it was either Control Enter or Alt Enter to compile the binary in Flash 4. To ship it as a standalone. It's like, oh, life hack.
These days it's Alt F4.
Yeah. I wonder if that works anymore.
Alt F4? Let's give it a try.
No, on the kids.
Which
man.
window do I have selected?
You're like, no, you're trying to install the NVIDIA. Oh, yeah, no, you can't use Nuvo. No. Hit Alt F4. I'm waiting for him to come back to money.
Yeah, I'm genuinely sure that like you could probably catch some people with it today.
Mm-hmm.
You just gotta make sure that they're not focused on necessarily what you're saying, but they're in the receptive stenographer mode of like, okay, I will press the button you said I would.
The genuine serious defect with this keyboard is it's split, but it ends on F6.
Oh no.
So
you-
my
you
Vulcan
hit
nerve pinches. Yeah, it's key
Alt
to go
F6.
Yeah, and I'm like, damn it, is that broken? Then I'll move back. I'm like, God, fine.
All right, let's go to another window for a second. Does Alt F6 actually do something? No, it doesn't. Okay, good. Blam!
Kill X.
Yeah, Alt F6, and then just like blood starts coming out of my eyes. and nose.
Raining.
Yeah.
All right.
You shouldn't have did that.
Click record, and let me scooch over here. Click record. There we go.
Yeah, you get the old sample. My name is Linus, and you shouldn't have done that.
Punish. In 3, 2.
It's the end. Yes. The Halloween special, which, if you ask me, nothing was special about this. But then again, I'm a bit special, so who knows? What am I
Say
on about?
special more.
I don't know. But if you have an inkling of what I may be on about, maybe you should go to LinuxGameCast.com, hit the contact button, and tell us what it is exactly that I'm on about, because I have no idea. That's
You seem to
yeah,
be
that's
on
probably
drugs.
the best idea.
He's doing the best he can, man. And Pedro's like mildly sidetracked, man. You can see him though. He's struggling. He's trying to power through it. It's like he's walking and chewing gum, man.
No, I was going to say something, and then my phone flashed out the corner of my eye, and I'm like,
ADD.
all right, okay.
Yep.
So if you want to get in touch with us, that's kind of brilliant. We live off of your feedback, and there's a good chance we'll read it. As long as it's semi-coherent and you stuck something together, feel free to drop us a comment on the YouTubes or on
Even if it
Patreon
isn't
post.
coherent.
You know what? You gotta show your work. You gotta put some effort into it. You know?
Yeah. We've read some grammatical travesties though.
Oh, that's my favorite. But what I'm saying,
Yeah.
man, don't bring that fucking amateur grade school level troll bullshit up in our house. We've been doing this too long. You know, bring your A game. You know, put some thought into it. It'll get through.
ABC game.
Clever trolling will get you a long way.
Yes, it will. Now, very timely. This came in when we were talking about beta testing and Steam hiring people to do the QA and test their dicks. And if you're going to be doing dick test, you might run into some other things that you might not expect. The original Chris writes what?
He says, millionth comment about how the testers are going to have to play adult games. Lenny face. I'm genuinely surprised that showed up in Chatbot. They didn't.
Same.
Yeah, like it didn't fuck it up. Bravo, MT. Good job. You know, and we don't want to be taking feedbacks from any fake Chris's, any knockoff Chris's. We want the original Chris.
The original Chris.
The
man.
original Chris.
So,
But yeah, no, there's a lot of hentai and just generally porny games on Steam.
I was going to say, I wonder how well the touchpads work with like the groping games. With the force feedback. I don't know.
Probably better. Depending on the haptic feedback.
Well, like that's the thing. They're rating the games based on how functional they are with the controller. So at some point, you have to put in some thought to how one might use a controller for this sort of game. I don't know.
I completely forgot about that, and you all see it too, man. Like, listen, I'm not knocking on anybody. If that's the type of games you like playing, man, go for it. But I mean, we've seen it like sorting by new releases. You're like, holy fuck, really? Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Can't put
There's
that
a
on
lot
YouTube.
of them recently.
Yeah, there's no shortage of like the dime a dozen pornographic games on Linux, and I guess it's gonna be somebody's job, man.
It's either going to be the worst part of someone's day or the best part of someone's day.
You know what? They might end up with like, oh, yes.
That's where we lock Jethro to review the adult games. Don't open that door. Don't go anywhere near
That's
that.
what
Don't
I'm
look at the
saying.
door.
Is the strategy to give that person their own office that with a closed door, or not to? What's the safe one?
No,
on
no,
that?
you just give that job to someone who's working from home because you know
No,
exactly what's going to happen.
No. It's one of those hermetically sealed like Dick Cheney safes that like, yeah, just completely seal the guy in. Just don't even.
All right. I'm next. Reporting bugs, also very timely, since that's what we kind of talked about this week. But that post was on Reddit earlier this week, and it kind of makes sense. This comes from Pico. He was in chat earlier. It's like he writes in, they also don't accept bugs as a given. Seriously, the average user nowadays seems to be used to a lot of pain, thanks to Android apps, maybe, before they start jumping the hoops to report a bug at all. Now, I'm going to take a different path on that. As I was just mentioning to Jordan, I was like, when was the last time you posted a bug report for a Switch game? What the fuck would you even go to? Like,
Yeah.
for Windows, like, legitimately, I mean, where can you go? Like, typically, maybe if you're lucky, they have a forum area dedicated on the Steam store for reporting bugs.
Yeah, maybe if they have like a customer support email, you might be able to get something through that.
What do you, okay.
But you know, okay, go on.
100% legitimate question. Windows bugs. You run into a crash. How do you get like an error? Because I just
you get this program has crashed. Would you like to send an error report to Microsoft? And people inevitably click no because they're like, I don't know what the hell I'm sending to Microsoft.
Does that output anything useful?
I'm sure to the Windows system engineers it does. Yeah.
But I mean, would it be useful to be like, this is the error it generated to the developer? And they're like, that's nice. That's cute.
Maybe. Depends on how
Probably
they
just it
depends on how the
this
handling
app ID
crashes.
crashed again. So
Here's
just
what I'm asking.
saying
Is there like the equivalent of GDB for Windows?
No.
not at that level? No, there are other.
But but like even then, there's no D message or like varlog whatever that's easily accessible and extractable under Windows. And to Nico's
bring
point,
it up, but I'm about to bring it up. That's
There's
something
system reports.
Here's something I got when we were watching
not easily
the
accessible.
Linus show, not this Linus, the screechy one, but that one part of the show when I was murdering things in my kitchen. Apparently, I believe it was the Linus. He said, talking about some errors. There's like there was no way for me to show what was happening because the system shut down. Like, what are you talking about? Like Verilog. I mean, everything that computer's done is logged in Linux. It's there, man. Because there seemed to be a lot of like, well, it just did it by itself. Like that's not how a computer works. But
yeah,
there's no GUI to look at the var logs.
Yeah, it's not accessible if you go into like Event Viewer and shit. And even then, those logs are not very useful. I will say though, to Becco's point, yeah, there's a lot of like battered and broken end users in Windows land that will just tolerate software breakage because that's part of the lifestyle, right?
And to the point of the Android apps, how do you people report bugs? Oh, you go to the App Store and you write a comment or you leave a 1-star review. That's bound to get their attention.
Yeah, and I mean, here's the thing though, we don't want them to do that on Steam because we've fucking seen what happens when Steam becomes your primary support forum. It's no good. It's not good for the kids.
How dare you tell Epic that?
Yeah. How dare I, Tim?
Ladies and gentlemen.
Why create our own community when the Steam community works just fine?
on that glorious cheap bombshell, we're going to go using bounce out of here. If you want to get a hold of me, I'm pretty easy to get a hold of online. I try to be like that. Just at @VinStone on Twitter. If you don't have a Twitter account, we have a federated Mastodon timeline at mast.linuxgamecast.com. I'm just at Vin there. Always just send in the contact form. We'll get it. It'll make sure it gets to the right person. Leave us a note on Patreon or hop into our Discord and say hey, and I'll say hey back.
I'm Jordan Svung. If you want to find out what I'm doing, check varlog Jordan on your system. If that file is actually there. Hi, how's it going? If it's not on your system, you can check me out on Twitter at Burning Fool or on Twitch, twitch.tv/burningfool.
I don't know, if you hit me up on Twitter and you say, hey, I might reply with, I'm gonna fuck you. Softly.
No. Just try to argue with him. It'll get him going.
Argue about fucking him hard. That'll get him real good.
That would be certainly a discussion that a lot more people would be paying attention, and I'm not entirely sure I want that kind of attention. So yeah, find me on Twitter. By all means, it's at unaccounted4, FOUR. So yeah, just poke me on there, and I might poke you back.
There's no narrative here. What the fuck are you talking about? This is like popping a zit of content. Like we are just spray and pray, baby.
It's content 2.0.
Oh no, it's content 3 with blockchain. We gotta thank our party patrons, our lovely advisors, Omegas and Artheron, our executive producers, Aldius, Barbram, Scott Michaud, Mr. Fox Dog, Atomic Ass, Mike G, Mike T, Drummer 7, Kohaku, and our Chicago Kicks Ass, Lil Nicky fans, Darkwing, Abstraction.
And Sea Monsters, Jack, Renault, Rider X Machina, Trudgy, Veritanuda, Justin, Frostclaw, and Strider, The Death Notes, Nova, Basil, Chad, Romeo, Marson, System T, Craig H, Renee, Leonardo,
System D's
the
future, bro.
Kim, G, Chris, Stephen, Jill, Benjamin, Doom 2.1, Steven, Dirty Dean, Back, Gameatron, and Dodger.
And a variable tsunami.
Look at these
all
fuckos.
the chairlings like Rosmawada and Steve B and Oil of Hope and Jim, and of course the Fuckwall with Carl, Mike, Artheron, Linux Guru, Aldius, Noctilus,
You've heard
John,
of Redshift, you've heard of Blue Shift,
and
that was
Gamotron.
Frank Shift.
He's gone
Frank
plaid.
Gone with the bones.
He's gone with a boner. I don't know.
We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Boop. And I will go over here. And we will light up the after shows in the box, everyone.
I saw your thing empty. Okay, all right. I can give you a better Cacodemon if you want.
Oh, that was a KDE thing. Okay.
So what are they running over there in Western Canada? One of them's on KDE. I know that much.
Poo-Poo's is Gnome, right?
I don't know. I'm asking. I legitimately don't know. Thank you, Mike.
I don't know. If only we had System 76 employees in the audience who could inform us.
He's at the holiday party.
They're
so
having a Halloween party.
Probably won't be a System 76 employee tomorrow. I'm just.
We're gonna start our own company called System 77.
Cosmic.
Unless they have a very clear no humpin' pumpkin disclaimer.
Pumpkin.
That's hard to say, isn't it? It doesn't roll off the tongue like you'd think.
No, it's say that 10 times fast. Holy shit.
And he was complaining about
What the hell?
Dolphin.
Where did Pedro go?
Did my video poop itself?
I don't know.
Okay, it's just on your end because I can still see mine.
There we go. No, see what I did is I tried to unlock the after shows in box, but I still had the keyboard in your box. So. So whatever moon glyphs I just keyed in caused that.
Yes. Isn't that always fun, especially in XFCE, where sometimes they're just like, I didn't know that was a key shortcut,
dude,
and I don't know what I pressed.
Dude, that is how I know some bullshit shortcuts was from fat fingering things. I'm like, huh.
Yeah, apparently that exists.
We're gonna be using that from now on.
The stream on Tuesday, when the shortcut I have to end the stream is meta shift double greater than, and apparently meta greater than is also the KD shortcut now to zoom in, to do like the desktop zoom. So I killed the stream and it's like, what the hell? That's the thing that an update enabled.
Magnifier mode in XFCE is always what kills me because I never fucking remember what the escape thing is for it.
Oh, like the one that threw me off for the longest was with OBS and the alt resize.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like, why does this? I guess this doesn't work on Linux. And I finally looked into it one day because I was so tired of like opening the menu and manually adjusting it by numerically.
Right.
Like, oh, right. That's a super key on XFC. Let's get rid of that. All right. So if you want to hop into the after shows, and you are welcome to do so. I'm about to pop over there if you're listening live. If you want to come on the show, that's what a lot of people are about to do. Horrible idea, but we welcome you. And or if you just want to continue listening, that is fine as well. I will see you there.
Arc on KDE doesn't let you drag and drop to another file manager that isn't Dolphin.
Okay.
So if you drag and drop a specific file, you can do it into Dolphin just fine. It'll work as expected. You can't do it onto Nautilus or PC Manager.
Hang on. Now, I caught that part where he was complaining about you couldn't drag a single file out.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a problem on KDE or some shit?
It's a problem on KDE if you're not using Dolphin and you're still using Arc.
Well, he called Dolphin a dumpster fire.
Yes. They call Dolphin a dumpster fire because he, one of the default settings for Manjaro apparently is a bit shit. If it is what he was describing, it is a bit shit.
I don't know. I mean, it's not Thunar, so it's a dumpster fire. I understand that much, but yeah, I was kind of shocked at that. I was like, is that seriously a thing? Because I wanted to like just do a quick gif of like, done.
Yeah, no. With Dolphin and Arc specifically, you can drag and drop individual files and it works exactly as you expect. If you're using Nautilus, then you need to use one of the other ones like File Roller or Xarchiver.
Xarchiver's drag and drop has always been shit though. Like that barely works on X.
It's been spotty, yeah.
So I would not recommend people use Xarchiver unless there's no other option available.
File Roller. use file roller whenever possible, unless you're on KDE, at which point you want to use Dolphin and Arc, because the two work very well together.
Yeah, I think I always use file roller. It's been good to me.
Arc works pretty darn good, at least on XFCE.
I use Arc because that's.
Can you drag and drop a single file from Arc to Thunar?
Yep.
I use
Arc?
both
Yes.
Arc or file roller.
All right, here, let me do it.
Yeah.
I just use file roller because that's the one I know the name of offhand.
Well, hang on. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
hey,
fine.
let me make sure that I'm using Arc before I talk too much shit.
Right.
Down
It
there.
doesn't even
this-
come up Arc on my machine. It comes up
there-
Archive Manager.
Yeah, it
There's
just comes up
there's
Archive
definitely a lot of
Manager
that
on
of like I know this package. I use this tool because that was the first one I was exposed to, and I have zero reason to switch.
Arc,
so
as in ARK, the KDE specific
No,
file.
fuck, no.
as
I'm
in
not talking
the
about
Intel website?
KDEs. I'm talking about Archive Manager, the one.
I'm talking about Arc specifically.
Well,
the software.
Okay, I'm sorry you got some specialized KDE non-functional bullshit. I don't know anything about it.
That's what I'm saying. It works just fine as long as you're within the KDE kitchen.
yeah, as long as you are
Not
locked
really.
into KDE, things work great. The second you try to do something else, it fails.
Yeah,
I mean,
Although-
that's true
I-
of Windows and
So, no.
Apple.
Although
use
I will
OS.
say, KDE Connect is pretty solid. I will give that a thumbs
I
up.
love KDE Connect. I do love
Yeah.
that. So I use what is it, GS Connect, which is the GNOME one.
Yeah, I mean, like different DEs implement the protocol and their shit, but like.
Yeah.
I like being able to have my fucking multimedia controls on my phone. I like being able to
and your
send
phone
text
rings
messages
and
from
your
my computer.
YouTube video pauses. It's like, yes.
Yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
It's usually, why did that stop? Oh, that's because I got my phone on silent.
I mean, I'm more likely to catch that than my actual phone ringing. So
Yeah, true, true.
who the fuck
Especially if
paused
I
my?
have
Oh, I
these
have a
things
phone
on.
call. All right.
You know, I've been
Yeah.
going through the trouble to probably at least the last like month. This month of anytime the phone rings, I just scroll down and I hit mark as spam because it's like
Yeah.
your car warranty has expired. Would you like to?
Duct cleaning services and immigration. Apparently, I'm getting kicked out of Canada.
Duct cleaning?
Duct cleaning, like furnaces and shit.
Oh,
Duct.
right.
Yeah, you take a mallard and you shove it up there
Foxy,
with like a
we need-
pole.
when was the last time you had your duct cleaned? Because we've got a sale going on where you can get a discount on your duct cleaning.
Two things. A, I don't have a duct, and B, I don't have any ducts.
If I want to use this fireplace, I need to get a duct cleaner, but I have no intention of using it.
Hi, welcome to my
No,
world.
I wouldn't either.
You know what? I take that. I have intentions of using it, but we're on deep into year 9 of this.
Of this fantasy, yeah.
Okay, so what is this telephone bullshit you guys wanted to fuck around with?
Oh, Cardic
cool.
phone.
Yeah, where they give you a
It's
word
fun.
and you have to draw a thing, and then the next person sees the picture and they have to guess a word, and then the next person has to draw a picture based on that word, and it goes down the chain, and you see how close it is to the original.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and
there's
there's like a
other
timer
modes,
element
like
to
animation
it as well, so
Yeah.
There's other modes like animation, which is quite funny.
Yeah.
Because
let's
each
not-
person's
let's-
drawing one frame.
And you can save a GIF.
Yeah.
So how do you set up a room? Gumshoe.
I don't know. I have never played this
Start a
game before.
game, share the room code. Yeah.
I default to Mr. Alert since he's the one. who played
Oh,
it.
you can log in via Twitch. Okay.
But you don't have to. I think you can just make a name.
I'm gonna do it with my Discord one.
Apparently I have a lobby. So
There.
here,
That's mine.
you got one.
Oh,
That's your
okay,
lobby.
cool.
Alright.
Cool.
Discord, where are you?
I'm gonna be
Pickle. I'm Pickle Jordan. I got a laser pointer.
Now all you need is a shark and some duct tape.
I need a shark so I can jump it.
I need,
I need to jump that shark.
Alright, I'm back. So let's at this.
Right, let's copy
I'll
that
go to
link
this lobby. What is room? I am.
to
Lord Pickle.
Vivaldi.
Join.
Hey.
All right. We could have
Avatar?
a lot of players in this.
14.
Yeah.
Well, hey, one thing I learned, I'm muting the game.
Oh, I'm not hearing anything from the game.
Oh, just wait until someone else joins.
Yeah, there should be that sound effect. That
Yeah.
Ah, right.
You know what? When I make my game, I'm gonna have like the screaming goat scream whenever someone joins the room. Yeah.
Actually, at work, we were designing a website for
I like
shooters.
the cover of that Taylor Swift song with the goat where it's like
Yes.
I don't know.
Foxy Lord Pickle?
Yeah,
What?
yeah, it's always like,
Foxy Lord Pickle. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, let's see how this thing works. And
Yeah.
All right. Let's
3,
do it.
2,
Counting
1.
down. All right.
write a
Oh,
sentence.
right.
Oh, do I cannot?
Okay.
This is the part where I don't show you, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't show us.
See, this is going to
Yeah.
be the problem with this.
Well, we
Look,
we
I'm not
we
looking at
have
the
a
screen or Discord. I'm not doing anything like that, so that's fine. There's no points involved anyway, so that's fine.
All right, so
Just write a crazy sentence.
all right,
Yep.
I did it.
That's like fun to draw or weird to draw.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of something that like someone has a chance of drawing.
Right. I actually, yeah, I kind of changed it like mid sentence, like something more reasonable.
okay, I've written a sentence.
Yep, I have.
Now it rings.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Now what do I do?
All
I
right.
have no idea what this is.
Hey, it's time to draw Year of the Linux Desktop. Oh, see, this is not going to be. There's no way to display this without. Like you guys are going to get all my answers.
I'm not looking at stream or
Yeah, you see,
Discord or anything like that.
it kind of sucks the fun out of it for every single person watching it, though.
No. Yeah.
So, well,
But there's
hey,
no points in this game, so
yeah.
there's no points. Just draw.
Well, that was a fun experiment.
No, we're not going through it. All right.
No.
All right.
Huh?
No.
Oh, okay.
All right. Scriblio.
Scriblio.
Scribbler. All right.
Somebody give me the
all right.
Just Google it. That's always like the catch with these games is like even Scriblio is a little more difficult, but I at least have a chance of hiding my thing without it constantly being on screen without also just having a blank screen for anyone watching the stream, you know?
Right.
Oh, that was a
right.
problem. Oh, that was a problem. Okay.
Hey, remember my name. Good cookie.
You know what? I could see it working better if it's like a bunch of streamers playing it and you can like all tune into their individual channels.
Like if I could have a option to spectate.
Yeah.
See, I mean, this is like I'm not ruling this out, but that requires setup. That's like Cards Against Humanity or Google Feud.
Yeah.
Like it's doable. It's just not pop it on the after show and like go right to it. Not gonna happen. But we learned that. So good.
I'm gonna have to open this up in Chrome.
No, I don't trust Chrome anymore with the dark mode, all the things, because the first round of Jackbox a couple of weeks ago, I couldn't see most of the answers because that's the same color as the background. Shit.
Yeah, I've if I need to use anything Chromium based now, I'm using Vivaldi.
Yeah,
It's just a nice browser. Like
It is. It is.
it is.
Absolutely.
There you go, gentlemen.
no,
Click.
that's not my boat.
Oz joined.
I am That is my name.
This
Don't
one
wear
makes
it out.
noise too. All right.
Yeah.
Lord Pickle is Tien Shin Han.
Yep. As a matter of fact, it isn't.
As a matter of
How long
fact,
has-
go fuck yourself.
How long has Splitgate been around?
For a few months.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah,
like,
like a month.
wait, do you mean like
Months?
released or like in its development cycle? It's been out for a while.
Yeah.
yeah.
But released for a few months now.
Oh, okay.
Since May.
Yeah, I've
May.
been seeing a bunch
Yeah.
of advertisements for it lately.
Oh yeah, they got
Oh, yeah,
millions
I've
of
seen
dollars
that.
of investment.
Yeah.
They
I
did.
did.
Yeah.
They actually had to delay some features because they want to like flesh them out or something. I don't remember.
I mean, that's fine.
That
Like,
happens when all of a sudden you have
Yeah,
to go
that's
shopping
fine.
for Ferraris.
no. We need to do Loki Games way and buy like massive TVs, rent out a huge office space.
In San Francisco, better yet.
Yeah. You know, and we want one of those big open concept offices that like.
You know what? Save some time. Just head over to Mozilla and ask them what their strat is currently. Maybe get some places in London,
Put ads in Firefox.
In Hong Kong?
Put ads in-
Toronto.
I mean, the Toronto office has been around for a while.
Yeah, it still makes fuck all sense. To
Yeah, it
have
has.
I mean, yeah, they should have moved to exclusively remote. There's no point in having.
physical offices at this point.
Yeah.
Especially like
Yeah.
6 in like these in Paris.
Paris.
It's like major
We
cities,
should
all
do
of them.
like,
What the fuck?
But hey, Firefox is getting off GLX. It's moving to GL.
Oh, okay.
So working on video. at least.
NVIDIA have to cave and support GBM, so why the hell is Mozilla jumping on the wrong train now?
It's in a blog post like, hey, we're moving to EGL.
Oh, okay.
Hey, man. Shut up.
And like we need a healthy Mozilla. It can't just be all Google all the time. That's bad news.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Round one.
Oh, it's done. All right, Mr. Lord.
okay.
All right.
Let's see.
Fuck.
Yeah, we'll go with this.
How many letters?
A lot of letters.
I stick. Pickles. Oh, hang on.
Damn it.
Hey.
Hey,
Okay.
that is very loud. Fuck me.
All right. Uh-oh.
Okay.
There we go.
I'm up. All right.
Uh-oh. We're all screwed.
What the fuck are these words?
It's called the English
That's a
language.
fun thing. That's fun to hear.
All right.
A twist. It's actually not the English language.
A dingo ate my... There's a dingo.
Ditto from Pokemon. No.
Got it.
What?
Fuck all yells.
I'm
Actually,
sorry.
I think it'll be like that. There we go.
Yep. Shut up, Foxy. You can't say words.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, I love.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
great
well,
putting bacon
barely
up to
got it.
exposed open flame. That's how I cook all my bacon.
Sure, why not? Shit. Why did I choose this? Okay.
Curious strat, bro.
Yeah.
Yep. Curious strat. Let's see. Where's the pencil icon? No.
What in guts?
Let's
T.
see,
We have a T.
This is terrible.
I have.
Oh, okay.
Oh, bugger off.
Maybe,
What
maybe, I
is
should,
it?
maybe I should color this better. Shit. Yeah. That's
well, I
that's
would
that's not good, man.
you draw more of.
Draw more of it? What am I?
Volcanic pig.
Got it.
Toaster.
Toaster.
Oh,
Fucking
The red was
That's
like
that's
heart
some
was at the
that's some fucking smokestack shit, man. Like
that
Okay,
was, I couldn't get past the little smiley face on the toast.
okay, all right.
The other option was journalist, and that's just I don't know what to draw there. A dumb person? I don't know.
Haha! I beat you, fucko.
I fat fingered it. God damn it.
It's Pedro. Of course, it has to be.
I saw that word and I couldn't not pick it.
Yeah, right?
Right.
Path of least resistance.
Oh my god. Okay. All right. Let's try this. All right.
Ooh boy. Ooh boy.
No.
No. Oh, there we go. Got it.
Yeah.
Gobble gobble.
Okay.
Really? What?
It took me a while to see
to
what
hand?
that meant, but okay.
What is?
There we go.
Amazing grace. How sweet the sound.
I got nothing.
Yeah. It's one of those things where if you know what it is, you've identified it by now.
Wow.
Bagpipes. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm the Indian.
Damn it.
Sorry.
Fuck. Okay, I've chosen my word. How do I get back to that screen?
We can see the word.
Oh, never mind. Too easy. See if you can figure it out.
Oh, the word? I didn't see the word, so whatever.
It's too late. You would have never gotten it.
Never. I don't know. Maybe move our heads up a little bit to cover that
Or
up.
just clip that
Evil
bit of the
bald man?
window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Dracula. It's Blackula?
Oh,
What?
not sure. Okay.
Why is he so evil looking?
Dr.
Reasons.
Evil. Obviously.
There.
That'll do it.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Okay.
Huh. Okay, there we go.
I'm gonna finish writing it anyway.
Is it Lapras from Pokemon?
There we go.
Yes.
Futane.
It's Lapras.
Yeah, totally.
It's the animation for Hydro Pump from like Pokemon Red. Yeah.
See, I was onto something.
Futane.
Footing.
Oh, what the hell? Oh, hang on.
All right.
Just try this.
Hey man, I knew it wasn't
If-
water
if-
sports. I tried.
Yeah.
What the
It's
hell?
all black. What?
Well,
Everyone's doing.
who's trying to derp their way through this one? Nope.
What
Nope.
the fuck?
Fuck
Easy
off.
word.
You can't type goddamn words. You're out. Who's getting kicked?
What?
What?
There, that's it. Go for it.
What?
That's a S-O...
So, I was gonna try username, but whatever.
Console.
You could have drawn an Xbox, a PlayStation,
really?
Yeah.
literally
You could
fucking
have drawn
anything.
several.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just in case it's not fucking
Okay, I don't-
very fucking clear. What am I doing?
Guessing Rohit's
What
two
did your
words.
Rohit?
Yeah, this is pretty bad. You're gonna hate me for this. I've forgotten what he looks like.
Kitty.
Okay, I'm gonna draw a word, but it's gonna be
No
helpful.
words.
No.
No words. No words.
Words?
No words.
No words? Okay.
I've dropped it.
No,
I will
no.
kick you if you do
Rules.
a word.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Okay. Fair enough. Okay, let me draw like a helpful. Yeah, like that's. Yep.
Yes, the classic side circle. Yes.
Yes. This is an important part of it. This is an important part of this thing here I'm drawing. In addition, is important.
Okay.
Yeah.
Crash Bandicoot.
Bandicoot?
Oh.
I wouldn't have
Okay.
gotten that no matter what.
Yeah.
It was a Wumpa fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
the game.
since you draw that.
You
No,
needed
mine
to draw a crate or something.
Pedro's
and-
gonna like choose square
yeah,
or
great.
some shit. Yep.
A crate would have been better.
Box.
Well, it's the Mateus way, man. Start with the least amount of effort and see if you can work your way back.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, I could say the color is important, kind of.
I imagine. You sure add that one.
Oh,
Yes.
you're not getting any more help from Pedro. He's out. Like I said,
Yeah.
he's like, nope.
I don't know what else to draw. Okay.
Yeah.
I think the
letter
general
is a
shape
clue
is
here.
pretty good.
The circle in the middle
This
really
word
gave
means
it away.
multiple thereof. One does not equal that.
Cream, get that money. Dollar bill, y'all.
Yeah.
Terrible.
All right. Oh, fuck.
The other words were all shit.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Done.
Yep. I'm like,
God damn it, game.
Oh boy! Wow. This,
Oh, what the hell?
what?
Oh, you dude, come on. Out of there.
How you?
What?
we never said this game was fair. I like it, Ben. I see what you're doing.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, how did I miss?
Yeah. No, it was the best you could do. That's solid.
I still don't know how you guessed that within like 2 seconds.
Because we saw the thing.
Yeah.
Because I
We
cheated.
saw.
Pay attention.
I cheated.
Oh fuck.
That's a penis. No.
Ooh, nice chest hair.
No.
Oh, really? Is that? Did I just? Okay. Wow.
Yeah, all right. Fair enough.
Yeah, okay. I was being a bit dumb.
I mean, I don't blame any of you for not recognizing it.
Okay.
It's the naughty jungle
I
of
accidentally
love.
said the word.
Like
I
I
accidentally
said,
said the
it's
word
all
earlier.
around my nipples.
I know. Oh. Bugger it. Yep. All right.
Sandy, a picture of me working out involves a lot of sweating for very minor movements. Oh god. All right.
So
4 letters.
It's purple.
and I get it. Oh, there we go.
Is that really all you're gonna draw?
3, 2, 1.
Okay. Is this Piccolo from DBZ?
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Gotta watch out for that gamma radiation.
Purple
boy.
pants. I'm like,
sure, why not? This is
oh.
boring. Oh nope. Can I undo that?
Nope.
Nope.
No one do.
Fuck it.
No one
Fuck
do
it.
it.
Fuck it. Fuck it.
I like how your opening salvo is, can I cheat?
Absolutely. Okay. Okay, sure.
Sir, no.
Okay, and then just...
Damn it.
I got it.
This is a very famous person in my country.
Texas?
Okay, it's not a... Okay, I misled you. It's not a person. It's not a person.
Oh, when you put it like that.
Okay, I misled you.
Coin. Oh.
Why the hell did you put the 2021?
I don't know. Can we just, like, can we not try to fucking skirt the rules here?
Okay.
All right.
I mean, that is a part of it.
Yeah, no letters or numbers. If we get alphanumerical shit, no.
All right.
I know what that is. Ah, damn it.
The coconut nut.
I mean, I can keep going.
Thanks,
All
Foxy.
right. Get ready. Get ready, then. After mine is yours. So.
Wait, what?
Oh no! Oh no! Okay. All right. All right.
Nope. Why did I say that? Guess that's a flag or something?
What?
All right.
Yeah, that helps. It narrows it down.
This guy's really angry at the American flag, I guess?
Very much so. He's quite cross.
Okay.
That was my only yeah, like a ballot going into a box.
All right.
Yeah, I had to look at the letters. It's like, what's the second one? Eh? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
fucking fat fingers.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
The bird shower.
Hey.
All right.
Second place.
Now we've done a warm-up round, and I know how to
Yeah. All right.
bounce. Okay.
Let's knock the draw time down to 30 seconds.
No. 60's tight, baby.
All right.
Look at you, like, I don't like countdown timers.
I don't.
You're trying to make this one worse.
You can't fuck around with 30 seconds.
You can't, yeah, you can't really.
Yeah, you can't even draw in 30 seconds.
Hell, that cuts Michael's time down to like, what, 18 seconds?
Yeah, it's great. Again, at no point did we ever say this was a fair game.
Here, I'll drop the. If anybody wants to hop in, just click that link in the browser. That's all you got to do. We'll give you a chance.
Yep.
Yes.
Come play the Scriblio.
That's it. That's all you got to do.
Please do. More the merrier.
I mean, you're going to lose, but.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, if I wanted to be cruel, I would do custom words.
Oh yeah. Yep.
No, if we wanted to be cruel, you would get Mr. Foxdog to submit a list of custom words.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Wibbly
Yes.
wobbly, poopity scoopity.
Right. But you can spell colors.
Oh.
Mr.
Mr.
Allen.
Going already.
All right. Round 2, fight. Test your words.
Conflict 1. Let's settle this.
Yep.
What? Okay. Okay, sure. Okay, got it.
Man, I can't type right now. What the fuck? I need to move my keyboard up. I thought he was going Super Saiyan.
Yeah, right? Yeah, it's more yellow. That will make me guess what it is, clearly.
It's the one emotion you can feel, then.
Irritation? Angry? Oh. I don't... Okay.
Yeah, yeah, the yellow did not really add to that, but sure.
Maybe it's an Australian thing.
Oh goodness.
Oh. Go Australian Rohit.
Hi.
Oh wait. Oh lord. Oh, no. Oh lord.
I screwed this up. I'm going this way.
Is that a collar? Chair? Chairling?
It's not coughing.
Probably blanket, but no. Why the blue?
I don't know. Throw people off. I don't know.
Oh my god, Foxy, you almost had... Okay, yeah. Yeah.
What?
Ah!
There, jeez.
Ah, okay.
You didn't need the other thing, Foxy. You didn't need the other
The moon
thing.
wasn't necessary.
Rohit.
Oh no, no, no.
All right.
Okay, sure. Sure. Okay.
Because I'm using the
sure
mouse,
is
you have to take it slow. I can't use my tablet.
Okay.
Fuck.
And then
Okay, if I've learned anything from this round, that's anger flying in the sky.
okay, one guy got
Okay.
it, so my drawing is good enough.
All right.
Yeah, no, that is a legitimate thing.
Maybe just to make it. Okay, sure, yeah. And yeah, there you go.
I mean, I could say you put an arrow.
Ah, fuck.
That's wonderful. Nice
I'm
one.
getting
piss guy.
mixed signals on this. I don't know.
Yeah. Underground.
Ah, okay.
All right, Pedro.
Oh,
All right, there you go.
fuck.
Let's go.
Okay, fine.
2 words.
Salamander nipples. No?
Very tiny claws. Bridge.
Rainbow.
Great Wall.
Castle.
Bridge over water.
What emotion is that?
Nope.
Plus. Why the
Oh,
blood?
hang on.
Oh, okay. I got it.
There we go.
I don't know what else I had
okay.
to.
Jeez.
Yeah. Once I realized what that was, I'm like, oh, okay, I see. I understand. All
The
right.
road to Narnia.
I don't.
What?
Oh.
Sure.
Tower Bridge. Come on.
Sure.
Oh,
Tower
fuck. All right.
plus
For
bridge.
the awesome.
Tower bridge.
All right. Fuck. All right.
All right.
All right.
What?
Oh, okay.
What?
See? Okay.
Oh.
Got it.
Done.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
That was good.
I mistyped apparently.
Mapa. No, Matt.
Damn it. All right.
Duck. Charizard.
I'm drawing from memory. Go fuck yourself.
I know you are, buddy. You're doing great. You're doing great.
Yeah, no, that is.
Okay.
You're doing great,
All
buddy.
right. Everyone got it, man.
Yeah.
That works.
Listen, it's
Close
Ben drawing
enough.
it. You gotta take that into perspective.
That's exactly what he looks like in the anime.
Oh yeah, no, it's my favorite Pokemon.
Yeah.
Oh, everyone else tried book. Why do I not read?
Yeah, right.
Sure.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
The arrow was crucial.
across the line, bitches.
All right, tickle me pickles.
All right, I'll try this one. Let's see how long this takes. Where's my mouse? There it is. No, not that. Just give me that.
Ah,
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Nah.
Okay. No.
You gotta admire the confidence.
got it.
I was so confident, and I was completely off. Okay.
Gotta admire the confidence.
Oh, okay.
Rohit.
Rohit.
Okay.
That's a shorty.
Yeah.
Me and my 1080 points.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, come on.
Wow.
Come on, Ben.
I got my points.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, well. All right, Pedro.
Okay.
It's still
George in the
face.
lead.
Come on.
Ah, man, it took me forever to type that word. Fucking fuck.
I should have had that.
Come right.
Apparently,
Fuck.
from was not a valid one.
Okay. All right.
All right. Okay.
Yes, Joe Pesci from Lethal Weapon.
Nah, you gotta keep going on that. All right.
Cola? Okay.
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 Yeah.
Nope.
Wow. Red
Is
Bull.
it that? Oh, fuck me. I was initially thought that I'm going, hang on, no, that's only
I'll take it.
$5.
I'll take it. I'm like that one should be easy. It's just not the red can, right?
All right. All right.
Sure.
Yes.
All
It's
right.
a leaf.
Round 3.
All right.
Jordan's.
Leave-
No, Pedro's out. No,
You know,
Jordan's in the
Chips, like
lead.
strangely, we've got a lot of practice throwing with.
Yeah. Yeah. Too much Jackbox.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Nah, shit.
Oh.
Oh, that one.
All right.
I mistimed it.
Carb.
Yep.
Carb.
You know what they say, crabs are the enemy. I'm on a very high crab diet.
Yeah, Zapdos from Pokemon, right? It's all Pokemon tonight. I can feel it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it.
What?
Ah!
Listen.
That's a very good drawing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a very good drawing.
The VR goggles gave it away.
Yeah.
It's the
It's a
bicycle.
penis.
I
It's a
know
man
what it is,
praying.
but I don't know the word for it.
It's a toucan.
It's a toucan, Pedro.
Oh my god.
All right.
Sure.
Sure. Oh boy. Longy.
Okay, and yeah. Wait. God.
Take two.
Damn it, I need to complete that shit, huh?
Yeah.
How do you already get it? Fucking.
Less time talking, more time drawing. That's how.
Yeah.
Sure.
Process of elimination. That's how.
There we go.
Sweet Poseidon's genital warts.
Pedro.
Pedro, come on. There we go.
Admittedly, I had a bit of a special moment there.
Yeah,
Special
injecting
big
extra
helping
ease. Yeah, all right.
No,
Right, okay.
Try Thunder.
Poo.
Oh, God.
Dung beetle, right?
Haha.
Oh. It's a horsey.
All right. Okay, yeah, that's easy. All right.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Nice arrow.
Whatever. You get the
The
point
arrows
across.
important there.
An
Yes.
attempt was made. Yeah.
Listen, y'all fucking guessed
goddamn.
it. So eat my
Yeah,
nuts.
yeah. Oh, ooh,
Oh
hyphens.
no!
What the hell?
Porta potty? No.
It has to be. It's the only thing that fits.
What the hell? Oh,
Ah,
Okay.
There we go.
yes.
It's yeah.
It is season appropriate.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Still second place.
Sixth place.
and
All right.
We did a thing.
yes.
Nothing but pure, unbridled competition. Crockpot.
Yes. I mean, they're selling like
Empty
pumpkin
streaming.
shaped. Yep. Empty streaming. Is he streaming the shopping?
I don't know.
I saw
Yes,
him
he's streaming
working.
the shopping.
Yeah.
Streaming the shipping.
I saw him working on Fail to the King. He sent me that. So
Oh, nice.
Oh man. So that was a fun one. We had a decent show tonight. Covered a lot of stuff, and hey, we didn't spend 30 minutes talking about Linux tech tips.
Linux.
I don't know.
They spent about 30 minutes talking about Linux on the
They
web.
did, but I had to zone it. I had to like zone that shit out, man, because I was getting mad.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna try to attempt to do that. Nah.
I was really sad when we initially started covering it on the show because I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna have to watch this guy's shit, aren't I?
Hey, man.
Yeah.
guarantee you there are signed people at Red Hat that's having to watch that shit.
Watch it. You watch that
This is
shit
part of your
religiously.
job now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, out of the two, one of them does YouTube videos, and the other one's developing a solution to fucking YouTube. I mean, let's just say if I was picking one for the tech tips, it'd be the taller one.
It would be the less squeaky one. Yes.
He just has a very thin neck. I feel that like a slight tap would cause it to just break. I don't know. I mean, like, here's the horrible thing about me. I don't know either of these fucking kids. No.
But, hell, man, I mean, hey, welcome to being public people on the internet. Like, we don't know anything about that. We've been doing it longer than he has. Here's the thing. Like, when I first
the 20
see a
of you
person,
watching.
yeah, right? When I balance it out and I first see somebody like visually, I'm going to judge you on what my perceived value of you as a comrade in a bar fight is. I will judge you on a very practical metric.
Yeah, having no other information, I will absolutely judge you on your appearance, just like everyone else does.
Not appearance, utility.
I mean, utility may not immediately be apparent, so...
Oh, that's great. I don't have time to get to know some motherfuckers. We need to throw down.
I don't know. Maybe this person you write off is a black belt at Aikido. You don't know that.
I need a motherfucker that'll pick up a bar stool. I don't care what size you are. Aikido is great. You take a bar stool to the head, you're going down. I know that from experience.
Yeah, pretty much.
$5
worked
wrench.
as a bouncer for a long time. I don't know how on that back end. That's not a whole lot of guesswork I'm coming at you with.
Yep. But at least you'll know how to dodge that chair.
No, the fuck you won't.
Sure.
You won't even see it. It'll hit you in the back of the head. You've been drinking.
Yeah, no,
you're at a bar.
If it hits you and you're not paying attention, you're going down because you're not expecting
I don't drink at bars. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe the skinny Aikido master is showing up looking for a fight, and they're just like, "Oh, first person who grabs a fucking stool, I'm gonna fucking go ape shit on him."
Then that would speak very ill of Aikido if they produced that type of person.
Yeah.
Hey man,
absolutely.
Sociopaths are really good at hiding in plain sight.
It's kind of implied with the whole sociopath thing.
Right?
Yeah. They're very, very good at mimicking social graces. And then...
Again,
Adapting to the social behaviors around them.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with like my personal preference of how, like it or not, that's what my brain judges a person on first appearance. I thought we were going to do like a little round table, maybe share.
No, I'm busy constructing this fictional straw man.
The quiet one?
I know, but that exercise was getting boring. I wanted to move on to see
all right.
what we got out of Pedro.
Okay. I don't know. How are Linus's like nails and teeth looking? Do you think he could like sink some in someone, get wedged in there?
I don't think Linus is the type of person. Linus is probably the type of person that would stand behind Luke.
Yes. The moment shit breaks out, he like...
I don't think the kid's dumb. Now, Pedro, how do you just judge a person on when you first see them? I'm talking about the reptilian. That's what I'm sharing. Like the shit I don't have control over. And like, I'm not proud of it, but that's where my fucking brain immediately goes.
If they start talking to me,
Nope.
that's usually a pretty big nope.
So anybody who talks
I think
to you,
between Linus and Luke, I'd pick Luke because he'd probably
Oh my
not be the
God.
one to talk.
we're completely missing the scope of this exercise. This has nothing to do with Linus and Luke. This is how you perceive someone.
In general,
and how
not
does you?
Luke, just in
I'm
general.
trying, man. It's like picking a fight and pulling teeth, man.
I have a multifaceted rubric involving.
I got a fucking Aikido master over here, and I got this guy hung up on Linus. So,
You know, that's what we're tying back into.
if you're looking for my criteria, it is a rubric of, do I think I can take them in a fight? How hot are they? And have they opened their mouth yet?
Yeah, going back to, like, if someone starts talking to me, no. If I ask a question first and they give me an answer that I think is pretty good, it's like, okay. But yeah, no, I usually just ignore people.
So if you're looking at Pedro and you see the Aikido master behind him with a bar stool over his head about to wail on him, don't say a word to him, or Pedro will just not like you.
That's fine. I'll be knocked out. I'll sleep for a day or two. That's fine.
Pedro's the kind of guy that just chews at ankles. He nibbles at the ankles. I got him.
I will 100% admit I'm a biter. I'm a biter. You don't want to get in close quarters with me.
That is brilliant, tempting.
I
fight to win.
Very, like, people always have some weird, like, maybe not a weird illusion, but like it's going to be some ranged fight or something like I'm not breaking my fucking hands on your dumbass, all right? I'm going to take my blows, I'm going to get in, and I'm going to do my best to get your ass in a chokehold, because I don't care how big you are. If I can get you on the ground, I can exercise a mechanical advantage over you, and you will stay there. I'm not trying to beat you up. I'm trying to incapacitate you until we can get you outside.
Yep, submission's always the way to go. It's my preferred method.
This whole idea of like, oh, we're going to support, like, fuck that noise.
Nope, I am going to ogosh you at the first opportunity. You will be on the floor and in an armbar.
Since we're all badasses tonight and want to talk about like fighting and stuff, like, okay, knives or bats?
No. We got to start the LGC Fight Club, man. It's happening.
Oh, see, that's going to be dangerous because I got a lot more experience in getting beat up than any of you.
Well, you also
last time I got into a fight, I had to sit in a police station because the dude that I broke his right arm was the son of the sergeant.
Oh, I was about to say, if we got to play that game, I had to go to court.
No, I just broke a dude's arm because he was shoving me.
I didn't break anybody's fucking arm.
And then his dad came to pick me up. And then I called my dad. And then I
did your dad beat up his dad? Did you have a dad fight
No.
by the playground, by the flagpole?
Here's the thing. The moral of the fucking
because my
story
dad called
is
his boss.
somebody
and then I
tries
got
to
walk
start
out.
some shit with you, run. If you got an option to fucking get the fuck out of there, always take that option.
Krav Maga lesson...
and then run.
Yeah, Krav Maga lesson 1 is literally kick him in the balls and run away.
Fuck kicking you in balls. If you can just get away, go for it. Always the best option. 100% of the time.
Yeah, always go with the de-escalation approach. Violence is a last resort.
But if you had to fight, knives or bats? Like a weapon, like a knife or a bat.
Like, hang on. We gotta like put this in the correct. Like, is this an arena sport that we're playing? Is there rules involved?
Pro Thunderball,
right?
Is there a gun circle?
Can I have nails in the bat?
Range the bat.
It's just a joke because like Giant Bomb is a game website and they had this in joke that they always ask like, what's better in a fight, a knife or a bat?
No.
I'm going to bring the question here.
You see that question?
I didn't get the joke.
That could be a thing. Now, what? Okay, you have 2 weapons to pick from. You can pick a riding lawnmower or a thigh master.
Thigh master.
With the power of Suzanne Summers, you cannot be stopped. She will literally descend from heaven and blast your opponent with laser beams. It's great.
Thigh master, just grab the thigh master.
I mean, if you
need to feel that burn.
If you can get it in the riding mower, they're kind of fucked.
He's making a really slow getaway. Get him.
It's like, oh, it's a riding mower. The fuck do I do with you?
Not to be undersold, watching people race riding lawnmowers is quite entertaining.
Oh yeah, souped up riding mowers.
And the Barbie Jeep downhill races, also pretty fun.
The Barbie. I've seen a couple of those. but I'm pretty sure
Those
you
are-
have to
those
take
are
out
awesome.
those electric motors.
I haven't been able to fit in a Barbie Jeep since I was 12.
I don't think I've ever tried to fit in a Barbie. What is a Barbie? You mean
Oh
like
yeah,
a
no.
Tonka
The
toy type
people
thing?
who are on the Barbie Jeeps, they
Yeah,
don't
those
fit.
Power wheels.
Yeah, I think I can wear one of those as a shoe.
And they just start riding the Barbie Jeep downhill, and then it eventually flips over and sends them flying. So
Now,
that's
what
what
I want to see is like Barbie Jeep jousting.
Mop bucket jousting is
I
where
mean,
it's at.
it looks like it'd be a tight fit, but I could probably get in there. I mean,
No, that's an actual size Barbie Jeep.
oh, now there's rules. Okay.
Yeah,
We're talking about
it's
the
gotta be like
kids
those
ones.
Power wheels.
I don't know.
Let's-
Yeah, one of them.
That looks.
Yeah, one of those. You can put a
Now,
big
now,
lawnmower in
someone needs to shove like a 4-cylinder in one of those and see how fast they can get it to actually go.
Oh, I've seen that happen. Actually, put them.
I don't think those bearings would last very long.
No,
Well, no,
they don't.
you obviously have to like structurally reinforce it, but
Yeah.
because like the plastic would melt from the heat of the engine, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, mirror, I can see it. In fact,
Okay.
if I hover over the live thing, I can see it.
maybe
it-
not,
it- it
maybe
just
not a
needs-
4-cylinder, but definitely a 2-stroke. We can slide it in there.
Yeah, no, that's a 2-stroke with a Carby.
Yeah. Now, can you get a front-mounted machine gun too?
Dude.
Just
I don't know. I just want to see you coming over a hill with Aqua playing blasting out of the back of that thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on, Barbie. Let's go party.
Guns akimbo, baby.
Oh dear.
calling
John
Dr.
Wick,
Jones.
motherfucker.
No one's bad. You see, this would,
cold
this would be
witch
the,
doctor.
that would be a perfect example. Good time to run.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no. When fucking Sweet Tooth from Twisted Metal is fucking barreling over the hill in the Hello Kitty Jeep, yeah, you get off the road.
If you want to like really think, go back and look at the cut video footage from the original Twisted Metal, because they were really going to like make that like a series type thing. Like there was an overarching fucking plot in that got cut out.
Yeah.
Which
Especially
then again,
with each of the characters, yes.
yeah, we're getting a Twisted Metal TV show.
We'll see how that goes.
Nice.
I thought that franchise was dead.
No, man,
far from it.
nothing is dead if it has brand recognition.
And a PS1 game from 26 years ago. I mean,
Hey,
Yeah.
those kids are now in their 30s and have disposable income. So
Why do you think He-Man's making a resurgence?
yeah, how about that new Masters of the Universe trailer where they basically showed the entire second season in 2 minutes?
He-Hulk?
Well, I mean, shit. They really were like, yeah, for real. He-Man is in this part of the show. We swear, you guys, please watch it.
Yeah. Anybody who knew the franchise or where this was going knew that he was going to make a comeback. They knew like Oracle wasn't dead. They knew all this stuff. So it's like,
Oh yeah,
the only people who are shocked who are like, are all the YouTubers who are like, oh, I know He-Man for sure. Yeah.
now we're
They're
gonna.
like, oh my God. What a
This
twist.
is the Sandy Martin Masters of the Universe podcasts. Welcome. We are all guests here.
Listen, everybody. The one thing I do like is that Rob David, the guy who's in charge of Mattel Media, he is the overseer of like all the media. So he wrote the kids show, and he gave the story to Kevin Smith to do for that series. All Kevin Smith had to do was like dialogue and stuff like that. To just execute these points for the story. Everything else, you just fill in the rest. So
now I'm thinking about
Dialogue?
extreme sports. I'm seeing Extreme Barbie Jeep Racing 2021 Oklahoma style. Now I want to know, is there competitive downhill street lugging done on creepers?
Yes.
I wouldn't put it
Well,
past it.
if not, now's the time to start
Yeah,
your local
no,
league. Then
I wouldn't eliminate that as a possibility.
Ultimate dodgeball, man.
knife dodgeball.
Yeah.
If you can dodge a ball, you can dodge a knife.
I like that theory. It's good. It's solid.
Just like a knife.
Yeah.
Cuts like a knife.
That's a razor sharp theory.
Cuts like a knife.
It's like a knife.
Welcome back to Linux Brian Adams Cast. We're sorry we exist.
We're really not.
We shouldn't exist, but we do. We're up.
We're here. That's about as much as we can say.
Actually, I'm a little sad there isn't like you know how there's a watch party with Amazon Prime, right? Yeah, I wish there was some equivalent with Netflix where you could have like limited co-broadcast rights or some shit.
Yeah. See, well, I mean, we could always do a watch party.
Yeah,
like, with this system because I could do the mix minus and shit. But yeah.
Oh, and then just like release it as like play this along with the
right.
Yeah.
Just not show the movie and no movie
Well,
audio.
that's the whole thing. Then, like, I never think about like I was like, oh, they're doing a watch. Oh, that require. Yeah, I gotta put it in a window. Then I gotta go find where they're at. And like, nope.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're watching a red.
Unless you put the
square.
actual movie timestamp as like a teeny tiny little thing on the screen.
Well, it's teleparty or telepathy or whatever does that, but like you can't fucking stream it on Twitch.
Well, I mean, even when you're doing a watch party, you can
Yeah.
stream the content.
Right, but like it syncs up, right? Like Prime has that integration, right? I think.
I assume. I've never tried to mess with it.
Yeah.
I never tried it, so I don't know.
Yeah, that was I thought that's how it worked. Because like
rules?
Then don't host child porn on us, please.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's
no.
fair. That's very
That's
fair.
a big no-no.
Yeah.
But I bet you they're probably a little more lenient with movie nights.
Yeah, until it starts catching on, right? Like that's the thing. People used to be like,
well, here's the thing: if you want like unlimited, like YOLO, there is a service that will have like YOLO. Let's just watch movies and shit, and I don't think they'll come after you. That's the Odyssey live stream.
Yeah.
Which I'd be surprised if you could stream have like more than because man, it takes a minute for that damn site to just load.
Yeah.
But they're trying. Like, if you want to see all the stuff that, I mean, it's the itch.io of video hosting. It's not, there's like nothing nefarious or naughty on it. It's just like, it's the D-list.
Oh, there's naughty.
Oh, I'm sure if you
There's a lot of naughty.
I haven't seen it yet. Damn it. I'm not looking hard enough.
little hungry Nicolas Cages.
So now we got to think, where are we at with the mixed?
It's you.
We have the mixed message of Bruce Campbell, but in a Hallmark movie.
I'm intrigued. Go on.
I've seen that.
Does such a thing exist?
I mean,
I think so.
All right. You know what?
Christmas movie.
Okay.
Like let's be real. Bruce Campbell is still a working actor, so sometimes you gotta do a job to get paid, right? Like, but if at any point he does not
If
like
it's
get
a
hammered or
Christmas
try
movie, it's popular enough. It's going to get a lot of reruns, so you get a lot of royalties on that.
It's a Hallmark movie. Oh God.
Hallmark Christmas movie.
But like if we get a little Ashley Williams or a little Sam Axe or a little Bubba Hotep, no, that's what happens. He's like, him and JFK show up. Just they're like, we got to stop the aliens from stealing Santa's brain.
If anything has a guaranteed I will go to a theater to watch is a sequel to Bubba Hotep.
Oh God, yes. Oh God, yes.
Like the level of just the conceptual level of that is so fucking unhinged. Much less that it ever got made.
They took half my brain and replaced it with a sandbag.
Yeah, with a bag of sand. Yeah, but also that movie was so cheap to make. Think about it, right? Like there were barely any effects. Takes place in like one retirement home. Most expensive thing is the Elvis makeup.
Well, just the plot of it was brilliant.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll never get tired of that freaking. That and what was the other one you did? Guan Yu, Guan Chi, Guan Mi, something like that. Had a very catchy theme song. Check it.
I'm just still coming to terms with whether or not. I mean, I'm at least going to have to watch a trailer for the Hallmark.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, what is Bruce Campbell doing here?
Right.
I need to pee. I'll be right back.
And is there enough of him to support me watching the entire movie? Like, because like every time he's on screen, it's great, and every time he's off screen, the character should be asking, "Where's Bruce Campbell?"
Right. But I mean, you want the universe to have like somehow tied in his past movies somehow in it, right?
Oh yeah, like at the end, like fucking little Susie May opens up her Christmas present and it's the Necronomicon, and her head spins around 180 degrees and she's a deadite, right? Like, you gotta
have that nod.
She looks a lot like Marina Sirtis in the lady in the Army of Darkness poster, in that painting specifically.
Beth Davids.
Beth Davids, okay.
Beth. It's European, some variety. I don't know. She was in Schindler's List. That's where I remember her from. Like, you want to talk about
that's a weird crossover.
Wide-ranging career. Yeah.
Oh, it was My Name is Bruce. That's it.
Yeah, that was a TV series, wasn't it?
A movie.
No, that was
movie.
A movie.
Okay. Yeah.
That was where he played himself, and there was this ancient Chinese.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. It's basically Evil Dead with the serial numbers filed off.
Well, I mean,
and Ashley Williams is Bruce Campbell. That's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Although
Ted Raimi was in there.
I mean, Ted Raimi's in all these fucking movies. Like every time, like Ted Raimi needs a mortgage payment, Sam Raimi makes another movie so he can get a job.
Or he does something with Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, because Sam Raimi is making a movie, or he's producing a movie, or something.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what was good that needed a follow up was like the remake to Evil Dead. I quite enjoyed that. The one that came out a few years ago.
Yes.
That one was
much horror and not enough funny was my problem. I wanted some splat stick, and it was straight horror.
Yeah, but I think they said from the beginning that they were trying to go for a straight up horror, like no humor whatsoever, was their whole thing.
I mean, up until the end where Ash shows up and he's like, groovy.
Yeah.
And then Samuel Jackson shows up and he's like, you want to join the Avengers? And then at the very end, Thanos shows up because I don't know. You know, there is actually Evil Dead versus Marvel Zombies, so that could be a thing. We can hope and pray.
Cage is Thanos.
I still want to see
Christopher Walken as Thanos.
I still want to see Nicolas Cage as like actual Superman. I know he played him in the animated movie,
right?
But I still want like actual Nick Cage Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Or that one Dracula or the one Batman comic where Batman gets bit by Dracula and becomes a vampire. Get Nicolas Cage to play Batman.
Post bite.
They actually did an episode of Well, I think it was called like Public Television of the Dead on Creep Show.
Yeah.
It's like the first episode of season 2.
Yeah,
Pretty
and it's
hilarious. And of course, Ted Raimi is in there.
Of
Bruce,
course.
but they got Ted.
Mm-hmm. God bless Ted Raimi.
And they're
There's weird butt chin.
Oh shit! Who's the painter guy? The Happy Clouds and No Mistakes. Why can't I think of
Bob
his
Ross.
name?
Bob Ross.
Yeah, Bob Ross versus the Evil Dead. Straight up, what it was. It was
Well-
genius. If you haven't seen
Well,
it.
yeah, because Bob Ross is an ex-Marine too. You got to remember that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely fuck shit up if he needed to.
Apparently,
cool
Strider is
problem,
tweeting at you, Pedro. I refreshed Twitter.
Oh, I saw it.
and
I just need to find the correct GIF to go with that. The reply that I'm typing.
Sup, stud? What's going on? Speaking of He-Man.
What? Don't say that name. Why'd you say that name?
Because He-Man was also my mother. Save Martha. Save He-Man.
Save
my
He-Man.
mother's also named He-Man. See, that would have made Batman v Superman way better.
Absolutely. 100%. I would have been all over that.
Just cuts to like fucking He-Man giving birth to twins, and it's like a little CGI Batfleck and a little CGI Henry Cavill Superman. This is the future we want.
I gotta check something. I'm gonna be very excited if what I read in that level thing was true.
Ooh, rumors?
How do I even pull it up? Hang on.
Half-Life 3 Linux. Confirmed.
I got a notification on
No one
Twitter
even knows.
that my boy, my cohort, and audio TAC. It's got an implementation for the Motu Firewire series, including the QMix, all the DSP bullshit, and the FX stuff.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
I didn't know Firewire had a Masters of the Universe series.
I've written them corresponding with features, controls. So, okay. Because what you don't know is inside of the MK3 series, starting with the MK3 series, this guy right now that I'm using is just like a dumb converter for headphones. Because that's how I roll in Bridgestone. It has built-in 6-band EQ. It's got compression. It has got a analog model leveling system built into it. And a couple other fucking things. The problem is I said when I was talking about the MK3 initially and interfacing Linux, is the only way to tango with that bullshit is by using the 4 fucking knobs on the front. And the second you bring up, how does that work with EQ? Like, yeah, it's an adventure. A lot of pushing, turning. Oh, fuck. I wiped everything out and do it again. Same way with compression and leveling and all that. So, it's got high pass, low pass filters and all that shit. This is the beginning work to having an interface to that. On top of just basic Q mixing, which I'm just saying, if you are kind of in the market for a completely fucking overkill interface, that now that this is going to be a thing, you like look for a Motu MK3 Ultralight.
Okay. And that was the bug report you sent in Thursday, wasn't it?
Oh, no. This is something me and Tak have been going back and forth on for, like, this is the one thing I bitch about. Like, not to him directly.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, no, you've done all the work moving the Firewire stuff over to the ALSA stack from Fado. But I'm like, this is the one thing that prevents the MK3 from just being like, holy fuck, that's a deal.
This dude?
The who's of what? Yeah. Because it also works as a complete standalone unit. Like, you can set that thing up, unplug it, and use it as a fucking dedicated mixer if you wanted to.
Okay.
The new ones, like the AVB, not even new, like the ones from 2016, just have AVB Ethernet on the back. You just log into the fucking web server on them and control everything through the browser.
That's a nice little unit.
Yeah, they are. You look at the digital I/O, and you can get them for like, shit, if you shop around, like 130, 150 bucks.
Damn.
175 pounds.
175. And you take a look at what a modern 2019, 2020 Motu MK5 would cost you. It's going to be about 700 bucks for that ultralight.
God damn.
But guess
What
what?
is the
Firewire is a
2408?
dead technology, and these drivers no longer work on Mac and Windows. But it looks like we're gonna be getting even the GUI. Right, the 2408. You need a dedicated PCI card for that one. And it doesn't have any support.
Yay, Linux.
Yay, Linux!
Resurrecting dead shit,
Yay,
keeping
Linux.
it alive forever.
Keeping it out of landfills, and these things are perfectly workable, man. Like the upgrades, like from same fucking preamps. These things have the Xilinx FPGAs in them, and like I'm a huge fan. I got 3 Motus in the rack right now. So, but yeah, starting with the MK3 series, they can do some fancy shit.
So here's a question for you. Why are most people moving away from Firewire?
Because it's a dead technology.
Thunderbolt.
Yeah.
Like, is it a vast difference between Firewire and Thunderbolt?
Yes.
Yes.
Thunderbolt is USB based.
Okay.
No,
Well,
the Thunderbolt is PCIe
Thunderbolt's
based.
PCIe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Big
It
difference.
can use the USB connector. That's kind of the big one. Is, but
You can
this
do
fucker
PCI
here,
over-
because
USB over PCIe with Thunderbolt.
this laptop is 1 or 2 generations too early of a Ryzen laptop to have a Thunderbolt interface, which is poo-poo. I'm mad.
Well, I mean, the big moral of the story is USB is an absolute dog shit interface for audio interfaces. Like, no semi-pro or pro interface went to USB. They went from Firewire to Thunderbolt 1.
Okay.
Like, no, like, you'll never see an Antelope or a higher-end Apogee or anything like that. They went Firewire, Thunderbolt. There's no, like, there's a couple of, like, rare Motus that you gotta hunt and find them, like the MK3 hybrids.
Mm-hmm.
But if you find one of those today, those things are still like $700, man, because you can still use them.
Yeah, the USB 2 options that I'm looking at right now are 632 pounds, 589
Now, I will say
pounds.
to you all
and
the time
still
on
bidding.
that, the USB 2 versions are not class compliant. So they work on nothing. Now,
Okay.
I get a lot of those. It's like, I have the USB thing in the back, and I plug it in, it doesn't show up, and I'm like, it never will, Brad. Never will. Go spend $30 on a good Firewire card, you know, break the bank, and you'll be rolling in audio interfaces. But yeah, as long as you got Firewire, you have support, and it's just getting better. I can't believe TAC broke the shit out of me. Like that. I'm like, all right. Thanks.
Okay, 185 Canadian. Yeah, some of these are quite. The other ones are like $300, $495. There's one oh that's a 823 Mark III. That's a big rack mount.
Yeah, the ultralight Mark
Ooh, what?
3 that I'm looking at is 500, and that's used.
All right. I mean,
This one apparently powers on.
nope.
This one's got
That's
a
a low
Firewire
bar.
to Thunderbolt adapter,
See,
so
this
I
is
mean,
the old thing. The first one right now, you don't even have to bid on it. Right here in fucking eBay, it's 150 fucking bucks. So I mean, look in the right places, and you'll find some good deals. There. Oh shit,
Okay.
that becomes a deal right there, man. A Traveler MK3. That's the best of all worlds, because you take the rack gears off that bitch, and it's just a little box. You could put that on your desk. Yeah, here's another 150 buy it now. MK3 hybrid. 206 for one that, yeah, I mean, you can find one in decent shape. See, there's like a regular one that's new in box. They're still $500. Here we go. Oh, 4 parts. Let's see what's wrong with it. I can fix things. Tell me what's... Oh, you eat a dick. If you say it's broken, you don't say what's broke.
I see rust in all the parts.
No power cord item does not power on by someone who had a power cord and they could not get it to power on. Oh, that's too fucking vague.
Brick.
Yeah.
And if you open it inside, there's just nougat instead of like a PCB.
But yeah, ultralight if you're on a budget, but if you can run across a Traveler MK3, which you can still buy these, they go for about $7, but if you can find a used one, they've been coming down in price. Firewire only ones. I have one back in the rack, but it's an MK1. It's not MK3. It doesn't have the smarts. But holy fuck, the things you can do with these. Like, it, because you can program them and unplug them and they still work as whatever you programmed them. To do any routing from X- or anything like that. And plus you can do all your compression and EQ and everything just right in the fucking device.
Now, do a lot of those have the push release for the mics?
Oh, you mean like the clip in the back?
Yeah.
Some do, some don't.
Okay.
All of my Motos have.
Is that like a good thing to have on those things? Like,
well, if you have a tendency to walk up to your fucking interface and start jerking on the XLR cord, maybe, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
There's two schools of looking at like XLR clicks like that, because one is like, oh, if somebody accidentally unplugs it, it come undone. True, but you also have to factor in if somebody really fucking tugs on it, it's taking the interface with it.
Yeah. Yes.
So moral of the story is just don't.
That's what the screws are for.
That's why it's in the rack like that, right? Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, 175 seems to be the cheapest ultralight MK3 around here.
Yeah, 185 is what I'm paying minimum. There's a lot of these for like 600.
Yeah.
Yeah.
600, 700s.
There's a full-sized one that has no bids on it yet, but then again, it was just listed for £95.
Ultralight
What, an
18 by
828?
18.
828 MK3.
That's what I got back here in the rack. I think I got it for I paid under $300 for it. It was like $240.
Yeah, it's a new listing, so yeah, it has no bids on it yet.
Firewire A and Firewire B. I guess, yeah, because you can daisy chain Firewire, right? You'd want to have two ports. Right. I'm like, does it need... Oh, right, yeah. The thing it's supposed to do.
Well,
the
this
innie
is like
and
one
the
of the
outie.
cool things about Firewires. It also does power pass-through.
Yeah. Like 45 watts, if I remember correctly.
Oh, fuck yeah. It's enough to fuck something up if it goes wrong, man. That's, but yeah, I mean, that's why there were so many Firewire fucking external cages for hard drives, because you could spin up spinny drives with a fucking Firewire cable.
Yeah.
Didn't need external power.
And then you could daisy chain them too, so you could just
stack that shit. I wonder how come your shit burnt out. But like any
Why
decent
does that PCI port no longer work?
well, that's the whole thing. Like any decent Firewire card's going to come with like a Molex or a SATA plug, so you can
for the extra power.
Yeah, give it some extra juice just in case. But that's like one of the cool things about the Traveler series is they can be completely 100% Firewire bus powered. You don't have to plug anything into them. Just put them.
Now, is that for like on the road, like say radio programs and stuff like that? That's why it was built?
The Traveler? Oh yeah, the Traveler's better than that. You can do that. You can plug it into the wall, or you have a extra port on the right side of it for it can be powered directly off 12 volts DC.
Oh wow.
For field recording.
That's really...
Yeah. And it's blue. If you can get over the fact that it's blue.
That's a selling point.
The front of the M box too is blue too.
Yeah. Mine's
I'm sorry.
My inbox is
I
in a
only
box in
buy-
a different room. So I don't have
Sorry,
to look at
purple
its
or
blueness.
I only buy pink peripherals. Sorry.
Yeah.
My M box is currently acting as the pedestal for the duet.
Man. Yeah, that's interesting news.
That is dope news.
And I will tell everyone also be on the lookout for a 528E, because as soon as I fucking make that interfacing Linux, those things will be gone from the internet.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure Australia will. I don't even know if they're available.
No, probably not.
Because they were never sold commercially. Is that the right word? They were never sold to, like, in stores.
Right,
Yeah,
so
commercially.
what am I looking for
Never
on
sold
eBay?
retail?
Sorry?
Okay, retail.
Yeah, retail. Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
for what do you want? I don't know what the word is.
Yeah, commercial.
Commercial use, not
Yeah.
for like if you look on the back, it's like certified for
Yeah.
commercial use.
Symmetrics 528E channel strip. One for 340 Canadian.
That's too much. Well, yeah. See, I wouldn't want to pay more than $250 for them, because you gotta live with the fact that that thing was made somewhere between like 1996 and 2002. Like you could have problems with it.
275 US.
I'd say like 250 is as much as I'd want to go with it. Like right now is kind of the sweet spot, because A, nobody knows about them because they were used for broadcast.
£200.
Yeah, you get a lot though. You get a lot. I got one right here. That's I'm working in the video. You got a 7.
Oh, and it's coming from the US, so let me correct that. That's
Plus shipping. Yeah.
271 plus another yeah, that's almost £300.
You get a preamp, you get a de-esser, you get compression, you get downward
Compressor,
compression, you get
equalizer.
a multi-band EQ. And the cool thing about it is if you look on the back of them, you can reroute them or just pick certain parts that you want because of how they were made. Then again, if you can find a regular 528, that's a good deal too. That's a crazy mad channel strip. And that's just something you don't like. The only thing on the market right now that's even close to that's the DBX 286, I think. But I mean, it doesn't have an EQ. I don't even know if it's got a de-esser in it.
Parts only for 144.
Parts only.
303.89. Working broken
US
knob. Parts
From the
only.
US, yeah. These are all from the US.
Well, it's a symmetric, yeah, radio. I think I saw one at Guitar Center. Did I? Oh shit, that's actually not a bad deal then. It's one for $249. There's two for $249.
Oh, nice.
3. Well,
In
one's
Sherman Oaks.
well. Welcome to Guitar Center. Same fucking thing.
Oh, that's
$100
not too far from
price
me.
difference.
Gotta make that money.
This is welcome again. Welcome to goddamn Guitar Center. You will see up to $300 variance on the same thing.
Yeah, that's how I got my Behringer for $15.
Now this is what Daddy will stab a bitch if I can get a hold of one, but not for that. That's got the fucking web server built into it. 149 for an MK1s aren't bad, but they don't have all the cool shit in them. This thing does not work on Linux, by the way. I contacted Jonathan, the guy who originally started reverse engineering that, and I'm like, so what about that? He's like, I didn't even know that fucking thing existed.
Well,
Yeah.
A what?
He's in Australia too, so sending him one was not, it was a little cost prohibitive.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
So, we got anything else going on tonight, then?
no, I got chicken to eat.
I'm going to go murder the rest of that cabbage.
some red later.
Oh man,
Have a bit of concern and then be like, oh right, yeah, cabbage.
we see always gotta make because motherfucker, I fry some cabbage with some hot sauce and some peppers in it. Like, I'm good with that, but I know like nutritionally, we gotta add some more to it.
Gotta have a little bit of protein in there somehow, somewhere. Yeah,
it's gotta mix it with something, man. Because
it's just
also,
fiber and water.
Yeah,
little bit of olive oil for the healthy fats.
You gotta realize like that the whole block of cabbage is like that's 9 calories, man.
Yeah.
Empty. That is
mostly
looking
water.
Magnificent.
Yeah.
You really got the blue really brings out Jordan's.
That looks really good.
Really reminds me of that one time I was a lizard.
And you kept saying you were going to try to repress those memories. No, own them. You be the best lizard you can.
I see you, Sandy. I see you looking at my cleavage. Right there.
Yeah.
Just have a little Sandy poking out.
Yes.
Looking good, Pedro. Looking good.
Fail to the king, baby.
Oh my god.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
This is definitely going to confuse some of the new YouTube viewers
We
that we
raise the
have
bar, okay? We raise it.
What the fuck is this?
What the hell's wrong with
It'll teach them.
That'll
Hey, Twitch, we're going to bounce. We're going to say our goodbyes in Discord and all that fun stuff, but keep being awesome and fail to the king.
Hail to the king, baby.